All right, welcome Jeremy, welcome Gordon, Winston. How are you doing, dude? Welcome, invite homie. Let's go ahead and do. I don't know what's going on, guys. It's a Tuesday here, but I think the article is live. Awesome, you guys can hear me. Okay, let's go and get started, guys. Okay, super excited. Let me set up a little bit more here with the live stream. Yeah, sorry about the delay, guys. I was not ready for this. I don't know what is up. Hi, Joan. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, this is not supposed to happen today, I guess, but I guess it is happening. Okay, so let's. What are you guys thinking here for Daredevil? Holy cow! Okay, so let me post a link to the article as always. What is up, Mega? Hope you're doing well. Let me put it in the chat here for everyone that needs to see it. Let me pin that for you guys. What is up, Savior? All right. Okay. Hope you guys are ready for this. Holy cow, we are getting Daredevil here. My voice is already not good here. Okay, so the Man Without Fear, previewing Daredevil, one of the two new heroes from Fear and Evil. And yeah, we have the full art here for Daredevil. Beowulf, welcome to chat, dude. I cannot see the light, so I will be the light. I am Daredevil. I am not afraid. We know he fears no evil. Just last month, we reviewed the scenarios for Fear and Evil, the latest campaign expansion for Marvel Champions, the card game. A couple weeks later, we showed off Echo, one of the expansion's heroes. Today, on a random Tuesday, it's time to finally take a look at the other hero in the box, the long-awaited one and only Daredevil. Holy cow, guys. I mean, I think we called it right because I just posted a video last week talking about how maybe on Fantasy Flight Games live stream, they might review Daredevil. But I was surprised that we got the article here before the live stream. Jeremy says, caught off guard completely. Yeah, dude. Okay, he's got the two. Okay, let's look at the alter ego first. Okay. 3 recovery, attorney traded. Hopefully we get some more attorney cards. And 6 hand size, 10 hit points. Okay, I'm liking that. Everything looks good so far. So none of that like 5 hand size, shenanigans going on. Matt Murdock begins the game with a sense deck. Okay, and then we'll see what that is in a little bit. Force interrupt. What? It's forced here. That's kind of worrisome. Okay, when a sense upgrade would leave play, we place it on the bottom of the sense deck instead. Okay, maybe that's not even like a bad effect. So it doesn't really seem like he has any ability in alter ego, right? It really looks like it's just facilitating how the sense deck will work. So far, I mean, I don't really know what to think of that, to be honest. Normally stuff like this, I think, isn't the best because you want some sort of like economy boost on your identity card. But if the sense deck provides that, then he'll have it. So it just depends on what the sense deck is. Korean Fatty, welcome to chat, dude. All right, Daredevil, let's go to the hero card here. Okay, so he does have 2/2/2, 2 Thor, 2 attack, 2 defense. That's what we all wanted, and 5 hand size. We don't have to worry about him randomly getting a 4-card hand size. So we did get the prediction of him having the defender and the martial artist traits correctly. So we got that. Mega says the alter ego is just for healing. Yeah, looks like it. Well, we'll see what this says here. But okay, action. Superhuman senses. Play the top card of the sense deck as if it were in your hand. Okay, so it's literally Doctor Strange, but you don't have to exhaust? Wait a minute. So Doctor Strange is known as, a pretty powerful hero in Marvel Champions. And Doctor Strange, you have to pay the cost of the top of the card of the invocation deck, and you have to exhaust Strange to do that. Daredevil does not have to exhaust. So it looks like you could just play multiple cards in a sense deck back to back. Welcome Nar Antlers, welcome Ender Dragon, and welcome Christian. Jeremy says it's to explain the cards on a sense deck doesn't go to discard pile. Okay, I see. So Force Interrupt here. When a sense upgrade would leave play, we place it on the bottom of the sense things. Okay, so he just has this on both sides. Okay, so it's not really a Force Interrupt, just like what let's see, who was saying this? Jeremy was saying. So it's not like a negative type effect. It's just facilitating the sense deck. So the Force Interrupt there on both sides is basically just like extra wording, so that when a sense upgrade is going to leave play, it goes above the sense deck. So are all sense cards upgrades? That's interesting. So I don't know. So he has nothing in Alter Ego. He's basically like a blank Alter Ego card, just having the Sense deck. So hopefully Sense deck is that powerful, and hopefully Sense deck has some Alter Ego stuff. This is, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. I'm worried though, because I really want him to be a big Alter Ego hero. And it seems like with no Alter Ego ability, I don't know, maybe he's not going to be doing as much lore shenanigans. And I really want some lore shenanigans here with Daredevil. So I don't know, guys. Let me see what you guys are saying. Ender says, any cards that potentially require the attorney trait. Ninetale says, just keep reading to know what it is before doing predictions. Okay. Let's just figure this out here. Okay. So after an accident took away his sight, Matt Murdock, this is the alter ego here, discovered that his other senses had been enhanced to superhuman levels. In Marvel Champions, this is represented by his signature Sense deck, a side deck of 5 cards that he can wield to his advantage as Daredevil. Okay, his hero side. Okay, so it seems like it's going to be like more for the hero side here. This deck starts off randomized, but you can look through it and see the order at any time. Okay, so you shuffle it in the beginning. And then because you're Daredevil, you know the order that's coming. You can sense it. So you can just look through it at any time, like as if it's your hand. So you can plan your turns. It's kind of like an invocation deck, but you know exactly what's coming up. That sounds really powerful, guys. Really powerful here. Wow, because that's like my one gripe with Doctor Strange is that you never know where you're gonna get. While in hero form, Daredevil's superhuman senses ability lets you play the top card of the sense deck as if they're in your hand, so long as you pay the cost. Yeah, and it's not limited to once per round or anything like that, so you can just spam it. Each sense card takes the form of an upgrade, so they're all upgrades, okay, that you attach to an enemy or scheme. And depending on the exact sense card in question, you'll either get an extra kicker for defeating that enemy slash scheme, or you can effectively boost your other actions. So that's what they meant by doubling up on actions. You can boost your actions for maybe defeating the enemy or scheme. For example, acute tactility. Okay, that looks like the first one. Lets you ready your identity. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. 1 cost upgrade, so this is a sense deck card. So you play it, for 1 cost, but you don't have to pay the actual effective resource of it, right? That's why Strange is so strong. So this card's on top of your sense deck. Normally, if it's in your hand, you have to actually lose this actual physical resource from your hand and also play another card or pay for the cost. But now you're just paying 1 cost for it. So attached to, or it's sense and superpower. Oh, I bet you can def focus this, can't you? Okay. Attach to an enemy or a scheme. That's really versatile to go on enemy or a scheme. As an interrupt, when you defeat attached enemy or remove the last threat from attached scheme, discard this card, ready your identity. Oh, and it doesn't get this card right. It goes on to bomb the sense deck. This is really good. This is really powerful, guys. This, I mean, I know Ninetale says, read before doing the predictions here. I think this is gonna be my favorite one. I feel like this is gonna be the strongest one. This is so powerful, so versatile because it's for minions, villain cards. If you flip the villain from stage 2 to 3, or on any scheme, on the main scheme too. So like, there's always an active target for it, right? Side schemes, main schemes. Whenever you defeat the attached enemy or remove the last threat from the attached scheme. So even at permanent schemes, it doesn't matter. We've never seen anything like this. Like with this type of like attachment ability, but on an identity card that can literally that can be played without the like effective resource. Like 1 cost, I think, is too cheap for this. It's essentially a 1 cost ready. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, guys. Okay. All right, that's a really good card. Unless you ready up your identity. While enhanced, I can't even say that word. Enhanced olfaction gives you a discount on the next card you play. Let me know down in chat if you guys know a better way to say that word. The art here is going crazy. So this is, wait a minute. Is this we did a prediction for this. So this is his touch, his sense of touch. Shout outs to our prediction video where we talked about his sense cards having like 1 of each sense. So this is the sense that's touching. And this is the one that's smelling. Okay, so it's a sense superpower. Once again, another superpower here. Attached to enemy or scheme. Again, maybe they always go in anything. I can see how that's thematic to his character of like his senses, right? Interrupt, when you defeat attached enemy or remove the last threat from attached scheme, discard this card. So same interrupt. Reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 2. Okay, so you pay 1 cost, and then you attach this to an enemy or scheme, and then you can trigger it on demand whenever you want. It's interrupt. It's not a forced interrupt, so you can save this and plan for your future turns. Okay, I think I'm feeling a sense of how Daredevil wants to play. He seems to be super tactical, which I really like, because what I'm thinking of right now is you don't have to actually trigger this on the turn you play it. You can trigger it on a future turn and plan how your turns go. And each time you trigger these, they go on the bottom of your sense deck. So you can basically set the order of the new sense deck because you don't shuffle it anymore. You basically set that order based on how you want to proc these cards. So you could proc, because it's not limited to once per card, so you could attach this to, like, let's say the main scheme, and also attach Acute tactility also to the main scheme. Then you can proc them both on a future turn, both of them at once, but choose which one you proc first to put on the bottom of the sense deck so it's close to the top. And you can always look in your sense deck to see order. So it's complete manipulation of the sense deck, so you can play with that however you want. That seems pretty crazy. So Mega says he kind of feels like Cyclops combined with Strange. Yeah, I'm getting that feeling a lot. Like, it's like Strange, except like the thing that I think holds Strange back the most is like the RNG of the Invocation deck. But now you have the tacticalness of like playing exactly how you want to do it. So like if you're a newer player and you don't want to do so much planning, I think it's just fun just to see what it is. But I think that if you are like really into the game and you want to optimize stuff, he's a really fun hero to actually optimize that and plan out everything the way you want it to. That looks really unique, guys. That is pretty crazy. Snowo says, uplifting your Tuesday morning. Yeah, me too, dude. I am shocked here for an article on Tuesday morning. Nuke the Hippos, welcome to chat. Article on Tuesday. Yeah, dude. I don't know what's going on. Article on a Tuesday. Well, check out the Fantasy Flight Games live stream. It's going to be in 3 hours from now. I think that's probably why there's an article right now, because they're gonna have the live stream 3 hours from now, and they'll probably talk more about Daredevil, I'm guessing. So yeah, that's gonna be super duper exciting. Yeah, all right, let's see what else we got here. So radar sense lets you do extra damage when you attack the attached enemy. Oh, so this is like his radar sense. I think this would take over like the sight sense, right? So maybe it's like 1 sense for each of his senses, and this is like the sight one, because we know that he doesn't have sight. 1 cost upgrade, sense superpower attached to enemy. So this one's a little bit different than all the other ones. All the other ones that's attached to enemy or a scheme. This is only to an enemy, but it still also has a sense and superpower traits. Response attack. It's a response after you attack the attached enemy. You can discard this card and do 3 damage to the enemy. Guys, I don't know. This is so powerful. This is so powerful. So like, holy cow. What I'm thinking right now is like, dude, this is a hot take. This is a hot take. Maybe you guys don't like when I do hot take like this. I think Daredevil is going to be the strongest here in the game. This is what I'm thinking so far. Okay, I know we haven't seen this. I'm jumping the gun. I know. But like, hear me out. You play all the sense cards, okay? You play all the sense cards down because they're all upgrades, so you play them all, right? You can just attach this upgrade to the villain, right? Just leave it on the whole entire game, right? After you attack the attached enemy, discard card, do 3 damage to enemy, right? You don't have to trigger this, so you just leave this in play, right? It's not a forced response. You leave it on play. Then the only sense that you keep triggering is Acute tactility. This is a 1 cost ready. You can literally do this unlimited times per turn, right? Because whenever sense upgrade leaves play, you place it on a bottom of your sense deck. And if this is the only sense card, you just keep spamming it. So literally, and you just use the action over and over again. He can remove threat, kill a minion, ready up immediately by paying 1 cost here, and just keep on doing it over and over and over and over and over again. Like, that's crazy. And you can do this with any sense that you choose, right? So if you want the attacking sense, you can keep paying 1 for 3 damage. Like, I don't really see, like, I think that it's so easy to like abuse this, guys. I don't know. I think a lot of people may not like Daredevil if he's so powerful, right? Because a lot of people don't like powerful heroes. So I don't know, guys. Sipping T Media says, do you not exhaust to do an action? Yeah, you don't. It just says here, action, play the top card of the sense deck as if you're in your hand. Not limited to once per round or phase, and you don't have to exhaust. Savior says you gotta stop jumping the gun. Finish reading first for at least what they review. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry, jumping the gun. But I mean, I'm just thinking right now, he looks insanely powerful. Okay, so radar sense is the damaging one. So this is so you attach it to an enemy, and then after you attack that enemy, you discard it and do 3 damage. So this one is probably the most bland one of the ones that we've seen so far. But to be able to do 3 damage for 1 cost is, less than 1. Normally it's like it's 1 effective resource for 3 damage, which is very good. So yeah, and it's on demand. So next we got the heightened hearing here. So 1 cost upgrade attached to enemy, sense superpower. So similar to the radar sense one. Hear interrupt defense. When attached enemy attacks, discard this card. The enemy gets -3 attack for the attack. And then it even says here for players that don't know how defense works, you become the target of the attack because it has a defense word here. I just noticed this. This is really cool. I really like this right here. How like the radar sense is going off the sense deck. I wonder if that's just for the sense cards. It is, because identity cards don't have the little sense thing. That's a really neat detail. I really like this right here. I really like that. Boss says, can I discount from Death Focus? I believe that you can. Let's take a look at Death Focus really quickly here. But I'm pretty sure that it works because you play as if you're in your hand. The way that the sense cards work. And then for Death Focus, yes, exhaust, reduce the resource cost of the next superpower card you play is turn by 1. Yeah, so I believe that it does work. Savior says, don't they make you put the cards back at the bottom sense deck to stop from spamming? So what I'm saying is, if they're all in play, so these are all upgrades that you just put on the table, and they're not forced interrupt, so you can just leave them there. So you play all your, all 5 of your sense cards, right? You like set up for that. Then you only you have no more cards in the sense deck, right? The sense deck is empty. And then whenever you trigger this one, it goes in the bottom of your sense deck, which is also the top because it's now the only card in the sense deck. So now you just keep on spamming it. So you can pick whatever sense you like the most for what or situation you need. Like if you need to do a lot of damage, then you just spam, maybe this sense, right? If you just want to play like perfect defense builds, you can spam this one. So you just keep on doing that. So yeah, you said that's really nasty. Yeah, that's really nasty. Stonewall says, I love that I can look through the sense deck. I will. Yeah. I almost wish like you couldn't. I feel like that might be fun too. Like if it was like the invitation deck, because like you're blind. So like maybe if you couldn't look, you have to actually remember and like be more tactical. But it feels like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. He looks really powerful. Oh man, huge shouts everyone that talked about him tasting his tasting sense. We are getting a taste sensor. That's insane. That's hilarious. Shots FOG for the taste sense here. So let's redirect. The attack is the heightened hearing, and superior taste lets you thwart some extra threat from his scheme. Okay, let's see what this is. Oh, that makes sense. Right, he's tasting like the used gum on the sidewalk, and he knows that from the gum, which villain was like, eating the gum. Okay, superior taste here. 1 cost upgrade attached to a scheme. So this one's only for a scheme, but it can be in the main scheme. So it's basically like there's always going to be a target for any of these senses, right? Because there's always a villain card and there's always a scheme. Sense superpower, response thwart. After you thwart the attached scheme, you discard this action, remove 2 from that scheme. So it makes sense what the previews meant with like doubling up on actions, because it looks like you have to do something first to trigger the upgrade. So that's kind of like the only caveat to this, is that you have to thwart that scheme, and then you can take an additional 2/3 off. So like 1 effective resource for 2/3 removal is very, very good, guys. Like, obviously if it's 1 regular cost for 2/3 removal, that's like not great, right? Because that's 2 effective resources, right? But the fact that these are all sense cards is that it's all -1 effective resource. So it's literally just 1 effective resource for a 2/3, which is very good. Yeah, all this stuff is very good. It's just super cost efficient for just being 1 cost. So he can play very high tempo, it looks like, and I think you can build out with him as well. If you want to prioritize playing those senses first, have them on the table, and doing extra stuff. Yeah, the sets look very, very cool. It looks very strong. Now I'm kind of hoping that the rest of his deck is like more thematic and a little bit weaker, because he looks bonkers, guys. He looks bonkers. Jasco, welcome to the chat. He's definitely treating the chemicals left behind by whatever residue he's tasting. Yeah. That's what he's doing. Brian says he licks the thread away. Yeah, yeah. Proof Rock, well, welcome to chat too. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by today as well. Even though we called it that we'll be getting some Daredevil stuff today, I'm shocked to see the article right now. But yeah, the way that the Sense deck works, it looks very fun. I'm worried that it's too strong for what a lot of people in the community like. They don't like playing strong heroes. I like strong heroes, so I know I'm gonna have a blast here. But it looks like there's many versatile ways to play him. And one thing that I like about this compared to Hercules is that you can manipulate that deck. So Hercules can't manipulate his like labor deck or like that gift deck, right? So if you want to play Daredevil with perfect defense, you can, right? This is all shuffled in the beginning of the game. But after you play all of them, they're only one cost each to play. He's got the heightened hearing. You can just spam this card. This can be your main upgrade that you're doing over and over again, and really lean into protection and perfect defense, right? Or you can spam into focus on this one and lean more towards like thwarting, right? It would take like maybe a round to get through all your senses, but after you get to the sense that you want, you can just prioritize that one and just keep all the ones on the table, the other ones on the table. So I'm already loving the aspect hooks. He can play very well, it looks like, in every single aspect, right? He can very good versatility, and it looks like he's able to have synergies in all of them as well. So I think that's a great way to do that. Jasco says, I meant tasting, not treating. Nar Antler says 25 blank card Daredevil challenge. Yeah, I think hot take again, guys. I think Daredevil can defeat the most villains with 25 blank cards because that Sense deck is bonkers. Mega says Evan's right. They do trade in alter ego. Let's see here. Sorry guys, you need to catch up here. Yeah. So if you, but it has to be you have to be the one to defeat it, which might be a little bit more difficult in alter ego. But let's see some of these other ones here. Response, yeah, they're all not a hero response or anything like that. So if you can't do stuff in alter ego, the stuff will all probably. This is the only hero interrupt one. So the rest of these, yeah, it's not a hero response. I wonder if there's ways from the Thor and attack off alter ego. That would be insane. Highjunk says, just read the article. He is a new S tier with Cable, Doctor Strange, and Ham. Yeah, I think so too. This is crazy. Like just from the article, I think so too. Okay. Let me do a poll here, and I'm gonna keep on reading the article. What are you guys thinking about the Sense deck? Sense deck. Oops, let me actually switch the keyboard here. I forgot to do that. Sense deck thoughts. Okay, I love it. It's too strong, and we'll say underwhelming. Start the poll there. Okay, and then let's continue the article here. Let me get my other keyboard, guys, so I'm not super loud whenever I type. Sorry. All right, let's put this keyboard on here. Okay. Jasco says, is Attorney the new doctor? Maybe. I mean, I hope not, because we have no doctor cards. Hopefully we get some attorney support here. Jeremy says the fact that the responses are on demand, not forced, makes them so good. Yeah, that's another, like, the on-demand stuff is insane. Snow says, now I have to decide which Daredevil wallpaper PNG to use as a card back for my Sense deck. Oh, that's gonna be so fun. Oh yeah, the Sense can have like 5 special like card sleeves. I definitely want to do something fun with that too. Okay, one handy thing about Daredevil with superhuman senses is that there's no limit to how many times you can use it in a round. Yeah, that's bonkers. Crazy. So long as you're able to pay the resource costs, you could get 2, 3, or even all 5 senses upgrade in play at the same time. Yeah, you could you can do it on turn 1, to be honest, right? Because you have 6 cards in your hand. They're all 1 cost each. You just play, and you have them all on turn 1. And you can choose to recycle one or like trigger all of them at once. You know what I mean? If you just remove the initial threat from the main scheme. Crazy. This especially helps when you want to get maximum value out of cards like cross-examination and living lie detector, both of which directly scale to number of upgrades. Oh, attached to the target's enemy or scheme respectively. Okay, let's look at how he works here. 1 cost event, cross-examination, attack. Hero action attack, do 3 damage to an enemy. For each upgrade attached to enemy, you may deal 1 additional damage to it. Oh, okay. We gotta do an Iceman Daredevil team up, guys. That's what I'm thinking right now. Imagine like 6 frostbites attached to an enemy. This is 1 for 9 damage. That's gonna be super duper fun. I like how it's called cross-examination, and he's, like, beating the guy up. Oh, is that Bullseye? Oh, he's beating up Bullseye. No further questions, punk. That's awesome. Yeah, this is crazy, guys. This is aw like, 1 for 3 is great. I like how it's not, like, only do damage to an enemy with the upgrade, right? Like, Cyclops is only for, damage to enemy with the upgrade. Oh, man, Daredevil would team up so well with Cyclops, right? For the, because he also upgrades attached. You know what? Looking at a card like this, guys, I feel like his cards have like so many cards have come out recently that have been facilitating Daredevil's release. I feel like his release has like been planned for a long time, right? I'm thinking about what is this one thing? Like jumping over here to a Hall of Heroes, air cover. After a minion enters play, exhaust card, remove a field counter. Search your deck and discard power for a tactic upgrade and attach it to that minion and add to your hand. Isn't that like 4 Daredevil? Suppressing fire attached to a minion. When you attack and defeat attached minion, heal 2 damage from your hero. Defeat a non-elite minion when the upgrade attached. So if you attach a sense upgrade to a non-elite minion, you can coup de grace. Coup de grace. Sorry guys, I know you guys taught me how to do that, how to say his word. Coup de grace and kill that minion. Like so many upgrades. I feel like we're getting a lot of upgrades in the recent waves. And like that's like all teasing Daredevil. Like that's like all Daredevil here for first upgrades. Pretty crazy. Holy cow. Okay, let's look at the I think this is gonna be the thwarting one here. Living lie detector. I love the flare of that. I'm liking this. Oh, you can use an alter ego. I love it. Okay. I'm all down here. Alter ego or hero form. One cost event thwart. Action. So you can use them from either side. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. For each upgrade attached to a scheme, you may remove an additional threat from it. I love the flavor text, guys. Thump thump. Thump thump. Thump thump. He can listen and he hears your heart. He knows if you're lying or not. Guys, this is bonkers. I love this card. I love this card. Holy cow. Yeah, so if you're attaching your upgrades here, not these guys, but like this, you can give this to the main scheme. This you can also attach to the main scheme too. And that's going to be 2 upgrades, on the main scheme. Living Light Toucher, you can use it in Alter Ego, right? It'll do 4 threat removal off of the main scheme. And then you can choose to ready up an alter ego to recover again if you want to like double recover. So this gives you a ready and alter ego as well. So Daredevil's gonna have no problem healing back up if he like takes a lot of damage. You can trigger this in alter ego and then play the next card with a cost reduction of 2, like an Avengers Mage from alter ego, something like that. Yeah, this card is really nice. I really like this card. I am so stoked. Avocados at law. Yes. What's it called? Abogado, something like that is, I believe, the way to say it. He looks so cool. Yeah, he looks awesome. Narian says maybe they made Daredevil this strong because Kingpin's gonna be impossibly difficult. One can only hope. I hope that it is gonna be that much of a challenge here because, yeah, Daredevil is looking insanely powerful. As if Under Surveillance needs help. Yeah, Under Surveillance is going to be a very good card with Daredevil as well. And it's an upgrade. It's going to attach the main scheme. Yeah. Good shout out there. Under Surveillance can be like an all include. I don't think we'll see it reprinted in his precon though, because that already got recently reprinted in Agent of Shield, also in the current environment. But Jeremy says there's a 1 cost event that gives +2 attack and readies as well. So much love for the upgrades. Yeah, the upgrades is crazy. Okay, let's take a look at another card here, guys. All right, both of which directly scale to number of upgrades. Okay. Two-handed games would be so like multiplayer games, just in general, would be so fun with Daredevil. Like any upgrade synergy hero is gonna have so much fun team with Daredevil, right? We have Nightcrawler with the Bamps, we got Iceman with Frostbites, we got Cyclops with all of his tactic upgrades. It's gonna be super duper fun, guys. Holy cow. Living Light Detector is in particular is useful because it could be used to thwart while in alter ego. Love that. A feature it shares with a Deposition, okay, which has the added benefit of letting you play the exact sense upgrade that fits the situation. Oh no, we have great like flexibility with senses. This is even more flexibility. 1 cost event. It's a thwart here, an alter ego action thwart. Oh, I love that. That's super cool. Tells everything. Matt Murdock. Okay, so this is only alter ego though, so you cannot use it in hero form. You may choose any upgrade from the sense deck and play it ignoring its resource cost. Don't shuffle. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Okay. This is insane. His cost curve is so low. He's so cheap. Uh, de deposition. Deposition. Okay. Sorry, guys. Thank you for Mega says that's how She-Hulk should have her Thor event. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys for correcting how I'm supposed to say that. Okay. Deposition. Okay. Shows my culture right there. Okay. So this is super cost efficient, guys. This is insane. So it's a one cost event to remove 2 threat from Alter Ego, but you get to play and upgrade for free, bypassing that, the one cost here for these. But any one of them. So you can choose. I mean, I don't even need that flexibility because I feel like it's so easy to manipulate that sense deck after like turn 1. But yeah, this is even more flexibility on that, I guess. Holy cow. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, deposition. Crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay, yeah, just super good. I mean, I'm loving the alter ego shenanigans that he can do. He can definitely stay in alter ego a lot. Which has the added benefit of letting you play the exact same sense. Yeah, you can actually perform pretty potent combos with this card. For example, we have a combo here. If you have superior taste attached to a scheme with 4 or less threat, first flip to ego, play deposition, using its ability to find enhance olfaction and attach to the same scheme. Okay. Then use the threat removal from deposition on the scheme, which triggers superior taste ability to remove the remaining 2 threat. And since that removes the last threat, you can also trigger the enhanced olfaction to gain discount next time you play and keep your momentum going. Gotcha. Yeah. He's gonna have so many combos. Why is everything one cost? Holy cow, dude. Everything is one cost. He's so cheap. Yeah. So what they're saying here is if we already what is it? This one? No, not that one. Superior taste. Yeah. So you have this attached to the main scheme with 4 threat on it. It's already on the main scheme. Then whenever you play deposition, you can choose an upgrade. So you can choose either this one or this one, right? If you want the cost reduction, then this one. If you want the ready in alter ego, you can do this one, right? You play deposition, it removes a 2 threat, then since you thwart from it, spirit taste can trigger the response, and you can remove an additional 2 threat. So 4 total threat. You remove the last threat from the main scheme, and you can trigger either one of these right here. Get the ready in alter ego, or get to play a card from your hand reduced by 2. Yeah, I don't know. Andy Rando says that smells like power creep to me. Maybe the costs are down because they aren't giving defenders basically resource generators like Quinn Carrier. Yeah, but it doesn't matter because you can just play your basic like Avengers Mansion, your Helicarrier, and you can still build support out Quinn Carrier. So like it does not matter, dude. It does not matter. He'll have such good tempo. Yeah, he's gonna have really high tempo, guys. Okay. So yeah, that's a great combo there. Okay. Deposition isn't the only way you can get a specific sense into play. The man without fear, here we go, can also pull a sense of your choice when you need it. While Daredevil's player's side scheme, holy cow. Okay, what is this? What is this? Oh, the art here is peak, guys. The man without fear. I think a lot of people predicted a title card here. The man without fear, 2 cost upgrade. It's a title card. It's Daredevil. Hero action. Exhaust this card and deal damage to Daredevil. Choose. You can choose any upgrade from the sense I can play, ignoring its cost, or ready Daredevil. Man, Daredevil is gonna be like the ultimate ready hero, guys. He looks like he can ready more than X-23. Like, holy cow, he's got an on-demand ready upgrade for 2 cost with 2 thwart. I mean, okay, so you do have to take a damage. Okay, so this isn't like you maybe don't want to use every single turn because you got to take a damage, right? So I can see how I think this is like fair for the card to give it. Okay, I think that this is huge to make the card actually like not insanely powerful, but to be able to like look through your sense set for any card and play ignoring the cost. I mean, that's really good too. Yeah, this card. I mean, normally I would say a card like this like rounds out a hero's kit and makes them like like good. But I think that this is just gravy on top. I don't think this is even needed. Like this type of effect is so good. Um, you cannot keep Daredevil down. He just keeps punching. Yeah. He can live in alter ego. Yeah, and he can recover getting ready in alter ego. So Mega says you're almost always gonna ready with it Yeah. I feel like I mean that's what I'm thinking because I feel like I can play whatever sense I want anyway, so I don't need any more like sense thing or whatever. You know what I mean? I can already manipulate that deck however I want. You know, Snow says he's gonna get his butt beat a lot, so a double fuck activation is gonna bail him out. I hope so. Okay, let me see what you guys saying. You guys saying 75% of you guys say I love the sense deck. 15% says too strong. 10% says underwhelming. Underwhelming. Really underwhelming sense deck, guys. That's crazy. Yeah, 50%. Only 50% say too strong. So okay. Seems like you guys don't mind it. I don't know. Is it just because we're in a different phase in the game where maybe a powerful hero like Daredevil, like we don't mind it as much? Um, Man Without Fear with what doesn't kill you. Yeah, that's gonna be insane. Daredevil protection, especially with the Army of One, that new card from Echoes pack. That's the build I definitely gotta play. Okay, let's look at this. He has a player's side scheme here. Focus the senses. I'm liking player side schemes here. Zero cost to play, free to play. Four threat. Okay. Threat cannot be removed from this game except by Daredevil or Matt Murdock. Okay, so it has to be Matt Murdock because he's focusing his senses, right? So it's like his own thing that he's doing. You do it alter ego or in hero form. You can play Thor events in Justice as well. Like a forward Justice can remove Thor from here. It doesn't have to be your own cards, like your own hero cards. When defeated, you may move any number of sense upgrades in play. You may move any number of sense upgrades in play to other cards they can attach to. Holy cow. That's so fun. Choose any number of upgrades from the sense deck and put them into play. What? Choose, am I reading that right? Choose any number of upgrades from the sense deck, put them into play. It just keeps getting better. Um, Naruto says, I can't wait to put together the super ready combo. Yeah. Uh, Jeremy says, I have no problem with Daredevil being the strongest here in the game. The wait has been too long. Yeah. Jasco says, I answered, love it, and I played the game to feel like a hero, not necessarily for a heavy challenge. Yeah. Guys, what the and this does not go into victory display. It's not a victory card. So it goes in your discard pile after you clear it off, and you can just clear it off again. So it's for the removal, but it gives you back 5 effective resources, right? Because you're literally if you have no cards in it. So if you have no cards, if your sense deck is full and you haven't played any cards, you clear this off, you just put all the sense on table. You just grab your sense deck, put them all on the table. I that's fun. If you have your sense in play, you can move them around. But like I'd rather cheat in their cost. Choose any number of upgrades. So you can choose 5 upgrades from the sense deck and put them into play. So you put 5 senses into play. What the heck? Um Evan Snow says the side scheme does not say victory. Yeah. I I don't know why it doesn't say victory. I don't know why. Narion says how bad is the obligation and Nemesis going to be? I hope it's terrible. Jose says, can you repeat the cards for the combo? Can you let me know which combo they're talking about? I'm not sure which combo you are referring to. Venom says, I just switched on YouTube and found Daredevil's review. Yeah. What's up with FFG and the RAM schedule at the moment? I think it's because Daredevil is so hyped that they're like trying new stuff for Daredevil. And I personally like because we're getting more stuff, but definitely if people are like waiting for Thursdays, it's gonna be like, a little bit like, I was excited for Thursday. But yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot of different things right now for the hype for Daredevil, which I appreciate because Daredevil is all that hype. Jasco says best part is that it's 4, that's it, not 4 per player. Yeah. And it's gonna be great in multiplayer too, right? Because it doesn't scale, it's just Daredevil doing it anyways. Naito says, I feel like you're overestimating the effects of Sense Deck. Looking at his cards, they seem that the Sense Deck isn't as game breaking as you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could totally be wrong. Let me see. Jeremy says, can Daredevil win only using his Sense Deck and his hero cards? I think so. Sounds like a fun, doable challenge. Yeah, that's what Norris was talking about earlier with 25 playing cards, which I'll definitely do Daredevil. I think that he's going to pop off here. Cool says there is a FFG stream later today. Yeah. So I think that they're hyping for the stream here. Yeah, this is gonna be crazy. Okay, so yeah, I mean everything just okay. All right, everything is getting better the more that we see here. Can rearrange and replay all at once. Sometimes even having Daredevil superhuman senses at full capacity isn't enough to thwart the villain schemes. When that happens, oh man, Matt can call on his friend Foggy Nelson. We're getting a personal support here. Will this be an even stronger card than what we've seen here, guys? 2 cost support. We got Foggy in the game. Attorney persona support. Alter ego action. Exhaust Foggy. Remove 2 that from his scheme. Okay. Everything's okay now. Matt. Fog is on it. Yeah. This card is good. It's definitely good. I mean, it's like I think every hero will want a card like this. Um, yeah, I think it's really strong with Daredevil's kit because when you're flipping down, you get that 2 extra threat removal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like I think it's fair. I think it's a balanced card. I think that you can definitely this card would be really powerful if you're flipping down a lot because you're getting essentially 4 threat removal, like for each flip. Because you flip down, you remove 2 threat, flip back up, and then take another 2 threat off. So yeah, this card will be insane. If you flip down a lot. If you don't flip down a lot, not as good, obviously. So yeah, definitely a solid card here. It's gonna help him out a lot to remove 2 threat, so he can remove the last threat with maybe his alter ego thwarting stuff. But yeah, just an on-demand 2 threat remove with alter ego. I mean, it's very well costed for support that does it on demand. So, and then with Nelson and Murdoch, legal practice, hounding the villains from one side, and Daredevil himself dishing out just on the other, you will be able to take on any scenario with confidence born from the absence of fear. Okay. One cost support, Nelson and Murdoch location here. Okay. Okay, I'm loving this. Response after an attorney character or supports defeats a side scheme, confuse enemy. I was just thinking, guys. We need some sort of threat mitigation, and we got it here. And on demand confuse here. This is really good. Let's see them pull off their heist with their vehicle impounded, Matt Murdock. Yeah, because guys, here's the thing. Let's say you have like 3 side schemes in play. Okay. This doesn't exhaust or anything like that, right? So if Foggy kills one of the side schemes here with his 2 threat, Deposition kills the side scheme with 2 threat. That's 1 cost to play, right? Super cheap, and you play with Light Detector also in Alter Ego to take another 2 threat off, right? Then you put 3 confused statuses wherever you want. You can confuse 3 minions. If the villain is steady, you can double confuse that villain through a steady. Yeah, it's response, trigger in Alter Ego, trigger in hero form, doesn't matter. This is, I feel like, okay, if you're facing a non-star enemy, even a steady enemy, this is the best card. It just has to be an attorney character. No. Oh, I misread that. Okay. Attorney character, so only alter ego. You can play this card in hero form or alter ego, but you need to thwart an alter ego. Okay. It's still powerful. It's still insane. But I mean, I think that's fair. I think that makes it like it makes it a little bit more balanced, but it's still bonkers, right? Because you want to confuse when you're in alter ego anyways. So you flip down to alter ego, play your alter ego thwarts, and you get to confuse off. So yeah, so it has to be an attorney character. So it has to be Matt Murdock doing it, right? So if you play authority event in alter ego as Matt Murdock, it counts as Matt Murdock doing it. If you're Daredevil, though, you're not an attorney anymore. So if you remove last threat as Daredevil, you do not get that confused off. And then Foggy is your awesome persona support that can help you do that as well. So giving you the threat mitigation with the confuse is powerful here. She-Hulk can use legal practice as well. Crazy. Iron Stark, welcome to chat. Daredevil review article today. Yes, Daredevil has been reviewed. Welcome to chat, dude. Dead Expo, welcome to chat. Hoping ability clubs are an upgrade. Oh yeah, we haven't seen ability clubs yet, all right? Maybe we won't get that like reviewed in article right now. But yeah. Right. Andy says in multiplayer, another player set trigger it for the Daredevil player, like if Jen defeats a side scheme. Yeah. But I think Jennifer Walters is the only other return in the game. So it's gonna be if she used legal practice. That's kind of the only way, right? Because she can't. Her thwarting here form is not that good. So like she has to play a bad card to like practice, I guess. But yeah, definitely a fun combo. Definitely have to do a She-Hulk and a Daredevil game. I'm gonna do a member poll here actually and see what my first 2-handed game with Daredevil should be. Should we team with She-Hulk or Cyclops or Iceman? I feel we gotta do She-Hulk, right? And like play legal practice and like get value out of it. I don't know, guys. That's gonna be fun. Kareem Fatty says July can't come sooner. Yeah. Nuke says, can Rogue become an attorney? Oh, that is so cool. Maybe a Rogue team up. Yeah, a Rogue can become an attorney, right? Because with Touched, let's pull up Touched here. Yeah. Because if she's touching Matt Murdock, let me see. We gotta pull up the Rogue. actual card to see how touch works. Let me see. So here's that. Let's see. Attach touch to another character. So you attach it to Matt Murdock in Alter Ego. You gain each of the attached characters' traits until the end of the round. Yeah, so it's when you attach touched. So if you attach touch while he's an Alter Ego, you gain the turning trait. Even if you flip back up, touch still gives Rogue the turning trait. And then she can play Thorts in hero form and then remove the Laster from his scheme. Trait, proc Nelson Murdoch, confuse the enemy. Yeah, that's a huge shot. That's gonna be super duper fun. Yeah, I know Snow loves Rogue, so yeah, he's talking about Rogue there. Yeah. And Duncan says, or superhuman law. I'm not sure if superhuman law can do it. Let me check here. Is it an upgrade or support? Because the superhuman law division here. Yeah, so this is support here. So the way in Marvel Champions, the way supports work, it's not extensions of the hero. Like upgrades are an extension of the hero, but supports are something else outside of the hero actually doing it. So a one cost upgrade for She-Hulk here, or sorry, one cost support from She-Hulk's kit. After you go action Thort. No. You're right. It has a Thort word here. Okay, so I'm totally wrong here. Yeah, so normally supports are not an extension, but because of the Thort word here, it does count as She-Hulk thwarting here, right? Exhaust superhuman law division and spend a mento to remove. Yeah. Okay, you're totally right. I'm wrong on that. Yeah, because it has a Thort word. So this is She-Hulk thwarting if she uses this in Alter Ego. That's awesome. Yeah, this can trigger it too. This might be the better way to trigger it because I think legal practice, the other She-Hulk card, I'm not very good, right? This card is notorious as being one of the worst cards. This is also an Alter Ego Thor for She-Hulk, but get this card 5 cards from your hand to remove 1 for each card that's guarded. It's not efficient. I mean, it might be helpful to get the confused, So like it probably gets the best use if you're teaming up with Nelson Murdoch, but yeah, I mean, not the best card for sure. Sibin T Media says was really hoping for a reprint of Inflammable in the box since it has its art and it's out of print, but not looking likely. I think that there's a pretty high shot, to be honest, of Echo having the Inflammable reprint in her pre-contact. Yeah, I think there's a really good shot of that, to be honest. Yeah, all right. He's looking okay. That's it here with the Daredevil cards. Like, we haven't seen the Billy clubs. We're for sure getting that. But yeah, a lot of people shouted out Foggy Nelson as a support. We got it. A lot of people shouted out Nelson Murdoch as a location. We got that as well. Yeah, I mean his kit. Guys, all right. Let's do another post. So far, you guys are loving the Sense deck. 70% of votes here. A 16% say underwhelming. I want to, for anyone that voted underwhelming in the poll, can you let me know down in the chat what is underwhelming about the kit? Because I feel like it's too powerful, right? Let's do another poll here, guys. Okay, so we just look at all of Daredevil's cards. What do you think about Daredevil? So looks amazing. Let's say underwhelming again. And then say too powerful. Okay. Yeah, because I know a lot of people in the community weren't excited about like super powerful heroes, but I'm seeing some chatters here say like how because we waited so long for Daredevil, it's okay that he's so powerful. And that's how I feel. I mean, I never had a thing against powerful heroes. Like I like Spider-Ham, I like Doctor Strange, I like Spider-Man. So I'm all down with powerful heroes. But I know a lot of people in the community don't like insanely powerful heroes. So okay, Savior says, seems like he has threat under control. Justice might not be his best aspect in solo. Justice might not be his best. Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking aggression because his damage isn't very high. Yeah. I definitely get that. Yeah, he has very low pings. It's very like retaliate's gonna be a pain in the butt for him for sure. But I think that he has everything else such like well-ly developed. Like I'm thinking protection because I think the Rays would just go crazy with Army of One? Well, maybe no. Maybe he already has enough rights in kit where he doesn't even need that. So I don't know. Andy Reno says it doesn't care if it's a Thor. There are a lot of ways for a hero to remove threat and alter ego. Homeland intervention to name one. Um, I, I don't know. There's that many ways. Uh, what do you mean? No. So if you're talking about this card here, let's see. If we're talking about Nelson and Murdoch, it has to be the hero removing it. Or sorry, it has to be the attorney character or support moving it. So if you use like Beat Cop in Alter Ego and you have the attorney trait, so if you are Matt Murdock and then you use like Beat Cop, right? Or surveillance team. If you play this here and you removed it with this, it does not count as Matt Murdock removing the threat, even if he has the turning trait. So you need to play something that's an extension of your hero. So holding intervention is one of the ways to do that. But honestly, I don't think there's that many ways in the game to be thwarting an alter ego. And even with holding intervention, oh no, holding intervention, I think it's an actually I'm not sure about this one. I believe you're right because with home intervention that it's an event. So okay, I misspoke with thwart event. The thwart word is important for supports to make it a thwart. But if you're playing an event or an upgrade, these are extensions of the hero, like automatically. So if you play an event, or if you're using an upgrade and you have the turning trait, then it will like hit the requirement for this. But if you're playing support, it will not unless it has a thwart word. I guess is the way that I should have described that. Okay, here we go. Andrew Nelson says underwhelming here because it looks like you have to play the sense deck top down. Thus, you have no choice of what sense to play. So I'm not sure if you were here earlier in the chat whenever I was talking about that. So yes, you have to play it top down, but on turn one, you can literally play out all 5 senses like on turn one. And then once you have that, and once they're all in play, you can choose what order they go back in the sense deck. Because each time you proc one of these senses here that all are not forced, right? When it gets like discarded. And when it gets discarded, instead of getting discarded with the force interrupt, it goes on the bottom of the sense deck instead, right? So when you trigger this here, then it goes on bottom sense deck. So you can choose, okay, the next card that I want in my sense deck is this. And then after this card, I want this. So they both attach to like enemy or scheme. So if you clear out all stuff from the main scheme, you can trigger both this one and this one. And you can literally choose, okay, I'm going to do this one first and this one, and then plan out how I'm going to do my next census, right? One thing that I thought was going to be super fun with this actually is I was thinking about the 4 horsemen, like killing your senses, which is like pretty thematic, right? Because I think it's Pestilence that does that. Man, that's how you know I played this scenario too much. You guys keep requesting me custom gameplay requests. Is it Pestilence? Yeah, it's Pestilence. I'm not a big fan of this scenario, but you guys made me play this a lot. So Pestilence says, after she attacks you, if she has 1 hit point, treat your text box on your identity card as if it were blank until the next villain phase begins. So if Pestilence, let me close all my tabs here. If Pestilence blanks out your text box here, you don't have to force interrupt. Then when it says upgrade leads play, it goes in your discard pile, which is pretty fun. But then you shuffle it back up, and then you can still just play it, I think. Yeah, you can just play it for the 1 cost. Yeah, right? Yeah, I think that's how it works. So, like, that's kind of funny. That's kind of, does it go in your discard pile? I don't know. It definitely doesn't go back in the sense set because your identity card is blanked out. So that's pretty interesting. Norton says, get the attack upwards and play it in his repeated ready combo for the win. Yeah. So I think I'm agreeing with you, and that aggression build. I think aggression might be the way. Because it seems like he's lacking some attack, but he has a bunch of readies. So if you build his attack set to like 5, right? Then you use ready a lot. He's swinging for 5 for each hit. That's pretty good. He has an on-demand ready. He's got, this is essentially an on-demand ready, depending on how you want to abuse this, right? Yeah, I mean, I think I think he's gonna have some pretty fun synergies here. So hopefully it's like his lack of mass board impact that's gonna be like holding him back a little bit in like power. But like I just feel like he has so much versatility, which that's the name of the game. Like it looks like his amount of threat movement and his amount of damage is lower, because they're all like very cheap cards from what we've seen. But I just feel like he's so versatile, like it doesn't matter. Matt says, maybe some people think it's underwhelming because it doesn't play how they thought it might. I think the theme is in point. Yeah, I do want to talk about the theme here. Nuke says, if you make radar your only sense, that's 5 per attack. Is that not good enough damage? If you make radar your only sense. Yeah. So once again, I think the attack is really good because you could keep on like triggering the radar sense and just keep on attacking over and over again, right? And you can play cheap attack events like your cross examination, right? And then that will constantly proc the radar sense, which you can keep playing over and over again from your sense deck, right? So I agree that this would do a lot of damage. But I think the thing is that they're all actually, I want to say they're all small instances of damage, oftentimes. Like it's pretty small instances, right? Because this is an attack, so you take retaliate damage. So if the villain has retaliate, they'll hit you back for 1. But I mean, honestly, there's ways to build this up because this This can do 8 damage, right? This can do 8 damage in just Daredevil's kit alone, right? 3 plus 5 damage for all 5 senses. No, it has to be attached to that enemy. So not all senses can attach to enemies. Some can only attach to a side scheme. Yeah, so you kind of have to pick and choose. Um, Nuke says, yeah, he gets wrecked by Retaliate. Yeah, I wouldn't say he gets wrecked. I think that you have to play more carefully. Like that's just my thoughts. I think you have to play more carefully, but I think he can still find a way. Because cross examination can still do like what 6 damage. And you take 1 Retaliate back, which like isn't the worst. Mega says if you can find a way to loop cross examination, you can do 8 damage for cheap consistently. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's 8, but you can definitely get other upgrades like from aspect cards to attach to an enemy because like for example, I think like this one only attaches to a scheme, right? And then I think all of these can attach to enemies though. Yeah. So I think you can get up to 7 from Daredevil's kit. Yeah, if it's just Daredevil kit, you can get this up to a +4 for the 4 upgrades. So you could do 7 damage for one. I mean, that's still great. Like it isn't really I mean, that's still really, really good. Um Mantis says it's gonna work great with Cyclops. Yeah, he can always flip. He can always ready and flip to alter ego safely. Yeah. Like, yeah, the confuse is pretty insane. You can put 4 sets on an enemy. Yeah. So 7 damage there. Yeah. How are you guys feeling? Okay, so let's check this poll here. Oh wait. Okay, you know what? Sorry guys. Okay. We talked about Daredevil a lot. I do want to go back to his kit after, but let's look at the justice cards here. Man. Okay, we need to go over the justice cards. Um, John Fred says so aggression since that's the only thing that's attached to enemy. That's what I'm thinking. I probably want to play him in. I think aggression might be the most fun because of the attachments. But I mean, I think you have stuff in like other aspects as well, like pin down. Um, take that. Yeah, I think that's also aggression. Yeah, so I think aggression might be the most fun for the upgrade synergy. But he can play any aspect to be honest. I think he does all things pretty well here. Okay, let's look at these new justice cards that we got. So we got a big ally here. 4-cost ally, blind spot. Sam Chung, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Okay. So that's a fine stat line from 4-cost ally. That's kind of like I would want something a little bit better than this. So I would say the stat line is a little bit under of what I think a 4-cost ally should be worth, but he has an ability here. So let's see. Genius, martial artist, response after blind spot thwarts. Confuse the enemy with upgrade attach. Oh man, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is well worth the like stat line. Yeah. I'm invisible, but I'm still here. Chinatown is where I live, and I'm going to protect it. Yeah. I mean, this is a very good ally. Um, confuse enemy with upgrade attach. Very good for Daredevil. Maybe not as good for heroes that don't have like upgrades, but like Cyclops will love this. The type of ally here. Iceman will love this. Yeah, because if you get I mean, you can get 3 confused off with 1 ally. Like Psylocke is known to be super good because she can get 2 confused off. This guy can get 3. However, um, they do have to what you call it? They do have to have an upgrade attached to the enemy for the confused to hit that enemy. So yeah, I mean, I think that is a big deal, but not for certain heroes, right? Like Daredevil does not care about this at all. He's gonna easily proc that confused. So yeah. John First says, can Daredevil pay for costs? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe Daredevil, maybe that's like the biggest drawback with him. It seems like he doesn't have much economy. Yeah, he has no economy. It's just super cheap stuff, but no economy. No, he does have that one sense though, the cost reduction sense, enhance olfaction. So let me think. Okay, hold on. Let me think, guys. Let me think. If this is the only card in your sense deck, right? Because you can manipulate it that way, right? You pay 1 cost. No, because you're still paying 1 cost constantly to get the cost reduction up 2, right? So, like, even if you do this multiple times and stack it, it's not worth because you have to play that turn, right? I think that this card is best whenever you have it already on a table and get this cost reduction on a future turn because you're paying. There's ways to bypass paying this, obviously, in Daredevil's kit because he has so many ways to put this out for free. But normally, if you're paying 1 cost for this, you're trying to stack it a lot. So I think that um, not you had Death Focus. Yeah, but then you're also like playing Death Focus too, which is one cost, you know? So like one thing about is like how much. Okay, let me think. Okay, let's say you have Death Focus. Okay, you have Death Focus, but the thing is like Death Focus is always going to be what's the word I'm looking for? An opportunity cost for Daredevil. So Daredevil is probably the only hero that I think Death Focus is auto include in. I think that might be his best like out of basic card because you're always gonna hit a superpower because you can always play a superpower from the Sense deck, right? Other heroes, if I play Death Focus and I'm even going one turn where I'm not able to use it because I'm not playing a superpower, it feels bad. But Daredevil feels like he can always play a superpower no matter what. So I feel like if you're using it for the enhanced olfaction, you're still missing out on that cost reduction for another superpower. So I feel there's always an opportunity cost for Death Focus for him. Mega says his cards are cheap, so he doesn't need economy as much as other heroes. Yeah, but maybe his build out board is a little bit weaker. So maybe he's like a very good, like high tempo, rush hero type of build. Nuke says it's essentially a double resource. Yeah. The enhanced olfaction. Yeah, that's your entire hand by then. So probably better to play cheap identity specific cards. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people love cheap builds, so I think people will like Daredevil's kit here, because of that. So we looked at the ally here. Yeah, I think economy might be his biggest thing. Like maybe you don't want to lean into the Avengers Mansion, Helicare type of build with Daredevil because of that. Okay, so that's Iron Fist, right? Know your enemy. One cost event. Justice Thort. Discount one. Oh, come on. It's gonna be. Is it gonna be free? Is it gonna be free to play? Hero action Thort. Remove one threat from a scheme. Remove one threat from a scheme. So it's okay. It's like ping and threat. I mean, it's a hero action, so it's not gonna have as much synergy with a lot of Daredevil's cards that he wants to do in Alter Ego. Like he wants to Attorney Thort in Alter Ego, right? Then you can't play this card. I don't need to see you to know your next move, Iron Fist. Okay, let's see what the new discount word is. It's a new keyword here. If Daredevil Super Sense and legal skills don't provide enough Thorn for you, then his pre-built Justice deck is sure to get the job done. Starting us off, we have Blind Spot. So right here, a handy ally who can confuse the enemy each time he thwarts, so long as the enemy has upgrade attached. Since Daredevil has near constant access to his sense upgrades, it's a pretty easy condition to meet. Yeah. Same for like Death Focus there, right? The new discount keywords allow Daredevil to play Know Your Enemy for free, thanks to his martial arts trait, while Matt Murdock can use the Eternal trait to do the same thing with Legal Trouble. Okay, so let's look at this really quick first. So yeah, this card, oh man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Because you can do one threat off the same scheme and then this off the same scheme as well. So it just gives you versatility with the 2 threat, and 0 cost for 2 threat is good. Like that's efficient. That's one effective resource for 2 threat. That is good. Yeah. John Fred says, I'm not a fan of discount because it's so Daredevil and Electra specific. So I think it's okay. I don't mind. I didn't mean for Echo, right? I don't mind it because this card I like discount for cards like this because it doesn't make cards trade lock anymore, right? So like before, like what is that one card called? What's a card like? I forgot what it is. Like Black Widow and Gambit has that Justice card in the precon decks where you need the spy trait to play it. So now instead of being like play only if you have the spy trait, or not the spy or thief trait, I think it's a Gambit card. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Point is now it's not a 0 cost event that says play only if you have the martial artist trait, right? It's a 1 cost event and discount for martial artists. So if you're a martial artist, this card is great. If you're not a martial artist, it's not good, but you can still include it. So I like that you can still include it, even if it's not good, Game Guy says not the best card, but 1 for 2 is okay. I think it's pretty good. I think it's basically clear the area because clear the area is, it draws you a card back, right? And I think I prefer this over clear the area for martial artists, to be honest. Because clear area, like they're the same effective cost, right? Because clear area draws you the card back for being 1 cost. This is essentially 0 cost. You don't get the card draw, but it's still 2 threat removal. I would prefer to just not draw the card. I think I'd rather just play it from my hand and get the 2 threat off, Breaking entering, yes, thank you, Andy, for that. Yeah, breaking entering. So like breaking entering. Let me pull the card. So I like the design of this card. I don't like this card. I think breaking entering is trash. 2 cost event. Play only if your identity has a Spire Thief trait action that you can use in Alter Ego, remove threat from a scheme. So like what if this card instead said breaking entering? We make it even like 3 cost, right? Action to use an Alter Ego, remove threat from a scheme, and then discount 1 or discount 2 if you have the Spire Thief trait, right? Because now the card can be usable by anyone. So if you really want to thwart an Alter Ego, you include it with any hero. But if you're a Spy or a Thief, it's discounted because Spy and Thieves are better at breaking and entering, right? So I think that this card is not that good because, like, you basically only Gambit and like Black Widow can use it, and like what, Nick Fury maybe. right? So like not a lot of people can play this, but if you change it around, like now it's very good for the traits here because it's thematic, and then for them for spy and DCP bring entering, but then other heroes can still use it, right? So that's kind of what I see as like the upgraded, better type of design, and with the discount word here, right? So now martial artists, you know, can do that for free. But if you're not a martial artist, you gotta pay one cost, which makes it not as good of a card. So I hope that they don't use discount for anything else other than like making stuff non-trait lock. I think that's a great way to use discount. I think that if you don't do it like that, I feel like you could abuse a game. Like the game is game breaking if you don't do it for like trait lock stuff. You know what I mean? John Fred says breaking entering is trash. 2 for 3 is trash. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the only good thing about breaking entering is that you can use an alter ego. That's kind of like the good thing about it. Manifer says cards have very little wiggle room when designed. It's why discount or trait typed has loops to jump through. Yeah, yeah. Snow says I had some pause. Yeah. Internet says I really would have loved discount having been a thing a long time, but yeah, same. I think it's better designed than trade locking. Yeah, yeah, I agree. You completely. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, I think this is really cool to see. I think that design is still going forward, which is awesome. It's similar to like the Web of Life and Destiny, right? Like that's kind of like what it is, right? Ignore this card's cost if your identity has a Web Warrior trait. But in Queen Carrier, it's like play only if you have the identity trait. I do still like trade locking for some things like the Queen Carrier and like the extra. I think that trade locking still has a place in the game. But for like events, especially for an event like breaking and entering, which I don't know you guys play this. I never play this. This card's like not usable, you know? It could be usable if you use a discount word for this instead, you know? Okay, let's see here. So man, we have a lot of justice cards here. Holy cow. Okay, so know your enemy. And then this is a thwarting one here. Legal trouble for the attorney trade. Oh, we got an attorney card or police. One cost upgrade. Legal trouble. Attached to a minion. Max 1 per minion. Attached minion gets -2 scheme. Oh, that's a cool card. Okay, it's free for attorneys or police. So I think that's Tigra. She has a police. Daredevil and She-Hulk are attorneys. So I don't really know. I'm trying to think of like when you can get to use. I like that you can attach it to a elite minion. That's nice. And then Daredevil will love it because he loves the upgrades on enemies. I don't know if I mean Tiger won't mind it. Actually, Tiger will love this too. To get minus schemes like on enemies to have them like on a table when you're an Artigo, so you don't scheme as much. But yeah, I mean I don't think it's the -2 scheme is great. I don't think it's like crazy though. I think this is a pretty balanced card. I think it's really good for Daredevil though. And the Dragon says maybe discount will be received well enough that we'll see older cards reprinted with discount instead of a trait requirement. That would be really nice. Would not be the first time FG reprinted card but change it. Yeah, yeah, that would be very very cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that this card is nice. I think it's 0 cost for Daredevil to play. You give it to minions, you can hit them harder. With your what you call it, with your cross examination because they have that extra upgrade attached to them for 0 cost. I think that's very well worth it. Worth it. And then you can leave minions in front of you if you can't defeat them yet when you're flipping down, so they don't add threat. Yeah, yeah, pretty cool card. I kind of wish it was something like this, like an event that like manage the board state that they can play from alter ego. I think that would be fun. So, oh, this is interesting here. So the way these cards work is for this one, if you play this in hero form as Daredevil, you don't have the attorney trait, so it's 1 cost, but you can still play in hero form. If you flip down to alter ego to play, it's 0 cost. So like you want to play this in alter ego whenever you're playing as Matt Murdock. Bernard says 100% agree with your take on discount over trade lock. Yeah, yeah, I think that's awesome. Manafort says skilled investigator reprint. I still believe in. I'm holding out hope here that we'll get a reprint. I don't know if we'll get one in the box. I hope it's in the box though, because it had Daredevil's R in it. Megan says I can't believe I missed the stream. Going back to the start, hope Daredevil is dope. Hope you enjoy the stream, dude. It is crazy dope right here. Jeffrey says Mega Rover sounds way too broken, so perma nerf the villain. Snow says gonna need extra copies for Jennifer. An extra copies of Fear and Evil, maybe. I mean, this is gonna be such a great box. I don't think getting 2 copies is like crazy. Okay. Next we got if things get dicey, de-escalation can slow down a villain's pace and buy some extra time. If you happen to exactly defeat de-escalation, remove the last without any extorting, you can use self-training to halt the villain's momentum even further. What does this do? Oh, we're getting another side scheme here. Victory. When defeated, remove and it's whoa. Oh, I love this. I love this. Oh, I love this, guys. This is a cool card. It's 0 cost to play. It's very niche. Very, very niche. If you're including it, you're definitely not doing it in the first deck pass, unless you're playing Deadpool. But I always say this whenever, so it makes like all my playthroughs like where I say this like kind of weird now. I always say, okay, now I gotta place a permanent acceleration token on the main scheme because they're permanent. There's no way to remove acceleration tokens from the game of Mario Champions ever. But this is the first time now we can. De-escalation is very thematic. You remove 4 threats to get the acceleration token off. I think that's worth it, right? Because if you think about a side scheme that has acceleration icon, sometimes they're 4 threat to remove, and we still like throw that off. So it's very well worth it to get rid of a permanent acceleration token. 0 cost to play here. So yeah, this is a cool card. I love the escalation names thematic. Yeah, it's very thematic, very, very cool card. Yeah, this card is awesome. Someone says very good multiplayer acceleration tokens are all guaranteed. Yeah. Jasco says it's 0 cost, has no bad icon. You can absolutely play this first deck pass and just let it sit there. Yeah, the thing is like if you get stuff like Master Plan, then it like goes to, you know what I mean? So this is probably a thing that I don't usually want to play in the first deck pass unless I'm clearing it off, you know. But yeah, very good. Manifest says it will help with heroic, good for soul. Yeah. Very, very good card. Yeah, this is a cool card. It's a little bit niche, but I think it has a place in a lot of Justice decks, especially because Justice is the slowest aspect. So because you're going a little bit slower, you probably get Cyber tokens because you're more controlling. And then yeah, Cable has a new stable side scheme. Yeah. We're gonna be good for Cable here as well. Yeah, this is a pretty cool card. I'm liking the flare a lot here. With She-Hulk de-escalating the situation. Very fun. Curtis says using the skies could be fun with Nelson and Murdoch. Yeah. Seems like it could do some cool Artigo builds. Yeah, for sure. Jasco says, oh yeah, fair enough playing expert. Yeah. If you don't play an expert, I think there's not that like some villains have ways to add their on side schemes, but I think it's not going to be as big of a deal. The card does not have per player icon. Yeah. Oh yeah, in multiplayer it gets better because like 4 threat it's like nothing at 4 player count. You know what I mean? To take off acceleration. Disguise reprint incoming. I'm not sure. I'm not the biggest fan of that card. I think Disguise has a really good flair. I think that the actual power of it's not like crazy though. It's niche, but for some villains and heroes, they'll love it. Yeah. Does Deadpool even want this though? Is the thing. Definitely, you're playing multiplayer with Deadpool. You're putting this in your deck. If you're playing Justice, but I think the actual Deadpool hero wants this leverage tokens, so maybe he'll hate this. But okay, so you can slow the villain's pace, and also you can use stealth training to halt the momentum even further. Okay, cool art here. Is that yeah? 2 cost upgrade, stealth training. It's a skill card. Play under any player's control, maximum player. Okay, so you just have this on your control. Response after you thwart or exactly defeat a side scheme. Oh, thwart and exactly defeat a side scheme. So you have to hit it exactly. Exhaust stealth training to stun enemy. Oh, wow. Okay. I think that this card makes Justice the best stun aspect now. I'm thinking about like dropkick for aggression. Yeah, I think Justice is the best stun now because you have upside the head, which can stun the enemies already confused, but now you have an on-demand stun. Stun any enemy. This card is bonkers. Play under enemy player's control. You can give this to another player too. This card is bonkers, guys. This card is crazy for Justice. This is like a lot of cool archetypes for Justice. Man, I'm liking the archetypes for Justice. I just wish they weren't status focused because now they don't work against star enemies. But definitely very good against steady as well. Like on demand, like this is basically like you're not doing anything extra. You want to thwart side schemes and you want to thwart them exactly defeating them anyways. You know what I mean? Like most of my games, I'm exactly defeating side schemes. I don't want to waste extra threat anyways. So you're already trying to optimally exactly defeat side schemes. So this just rewards you for doing that. Jan first says it sounds broken. Yeah. Fallen Justice gets some stun. Yeah. I mean, we already had upside the head, but like this is like more consistent, obviously, as an upgrade. Cable's got more powerful. Yeah. Cable just mass stunning now. New to Hippo says another skill I can tutor out. Just a Psylocke. Oh yeah, that's fun. Just a Psylocke's gonna love this. I feel like they could have worded that better. The exact defeat. Yeah, maybe like after you thwart and remove. I don't know. Actually, I don't exactly know, but that's a fun wording there. We never seen anything like that before. Exactly defeating a side scheme. Um, maybe like without any excess threat removal. I don't know. If your excess threat removal is 0, I don't know. Float will improve now. I mean, confuse is not easy to do in demand, even for float deck. Yeah. I mean, float got better with battlefield benevolence, but now you can just stun. So, lost with exact thwarting. Yeah. Oh yeah. Defeat the side scheme without over thwarting. Yeah. Maybe like without over thwarting is a better way to word that. But I mean, yeah, this card is very, very good. I mean, it works really well with know your enemy, right? Because you can remove one threat from a scheme, remove one threat from another scheme. So one will be exactly removing threat. Yeah. Winston says stealth training with some of the aerial justice cards seem insane. The aerial justice cards. Oh, yeah. You're talking about the everywhere all at once, right? Because if you have multiple side schemes that you're removing like perfect threat off of, you get like multiple stuns, right? No. You have to exhaust this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so this is I like that you have to exhaust it. It's once per round essentially, right? Because you have to exhaust it. Because some of the other cards that we've seen, like this thing is just not fair because this is an exhaust. That's crazy. So Daredevil seems to be very status focused, which is yeah, I don't like that status focused type of deal with him. Because I feel like the way that status is working more champions is that they're very conflated. They like are insanely powerful against weaker scenarios. So it makes the heroes seem even more conflated and more powerful than what they are. But then it's like capped against like the more difficult scenarios that always have a way to get stalwart. You know what I mean? So I think, yeah, I kind of wish it wasn't so stats focused because now I feel like some people said Daredevil was like insanely powerful, maybe even more strong than he actually is. And some people may not seem that way if they're facing like a lot of stalwart type of villains, you know? Let's see. Iron Stark says exactly is interesting. Playing solo, you almost don't want to build your thoughts that more into solo. Yeah. I mean, maybe 3 is still fine because a lot of sides can have 3 threat, but like any more than that, you may not be able to hit the exact anymore. That's interesting, actually. Yeah, to like not want to build your thwart more. He doesn't seem like he needs it to function. Yeah. The good thing is he doesn't seem like he needs it to function, which is cool. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Electra. Daredevil has joined forces with many people over the course of his storied hero career. Yep. And frequently crosses paths with is a sometimes enemy, sometimes other times a lover, Electra. Is an identity specific ally. Yeah, we got to hear Electra, guys. Okay, we got Electra, the ally. Yeah, I think this is what we all thought would be his identity specific ally, not Echo, but Electra. 3 cost ally, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. This is the sound that is good for 3 cost ally. And she has stuff tied into the thwart and the attack here. Defender, martial artist. Okay. Force interrupt. Only hero form. When Electra would take consequent damage, Daredevil takes damage instead. Oh. I love the flare. I don't need your protection, Matt. He's still going to protect her and he still takes the damage. So he's literally protecting her even though it says I don't need it. He's forced to do it because it's a force interrupt. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. So, like, you have to find a way to heal Daredevil, right? But Voltron builds and leadership is going to be so fun. Mega Rover says she's going to be amazing with Sidekick. Yeah. And the fact that Daredevil can easily heal by readying up an Alter Ego is going to be so fun. Like, yeah. Daredevil is going to hurt a lot, but you can keep Electra up forever. Because it's much easier to heal a hero than it is to heal an ally. So that's really fun. So yeah, he's got an obvious leadership hook right here. He's got an obviously, justice hooks, with all the confuses and everything, especially with Nelson and Murdoch. He's got obvious readying for protection, and he's got some defensive stuff here with the which card? That sense, the heightened hearing, right? And he's got a lot of readying for ready a lot protection builds as well. Aggression, obviously, with his radar sense, and then building up his damage from cross examination and building up his attack for extra damage. So this rounds out his like leadership builds right here, right? He can definitely do Voltron leadership with Electra. So yeah, I think he's got synergy in every aspect, guys. He looks awesome. Mega Rover says, I just realized she's busted with Cameo. Is she? It says Daredevil takes the damage though. So if you have another Daredevil ally, that will take the damage here if you're playing this with Cameo. I guess the Daredevil hero could take damage, I guess. But like I don't really see her. I feel like she's best non-camo, right? I don't really see what camo are you thinking about her? Maybe I'm missing something. Gordon says pairing her with Energy Bear could be fun. Oh yeah. Because Force Interrupt, this is not like a cost or anything, right? So if you could just prevent damage on Daredevil, then now Electra doesn't take damage and Daredevil doesn't take damage either. Yeah, I just love the text here, the flavor text. I don't need your protection, Matt. I love that because of her ability here works perfectly with that. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, she looks super cool. Jeremy says she doesn't do damage if you're in Alter Ego. Yeah, but she would take consequent damage. So if you're in Alter Ego, she will start to actually take damage there. So if she throws or attacks. So if you want to avoid damage to yourself, you flip down, have Electra take the damage whenever she activates. If you want to take damage for her and protect her, you're in hero form, and then she'll do it. Yeah. So there's only triggers in hero form. Evan Snow says it doesn't say when she attacks. She can thwart to help trigger those thwart exact amount cards. She can thwart. Yeah. She definitely can. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. It doesn't say when she attacks. She can thwart to help trigger thwart. So let's see. What's the thwart exact amount card that we're talking about? Self training. So after you thwart. No. This doesn't work for that because it says after you thwart an exact defeat side scheme. So it has to be Daredevil doing it. It has to be the hero doing it, right? So an ally is not an extension of your hero. So if you use upgrades or events, it counts as you're doing it. If you supports, they don't, unless your support has thwart word like for She-Hulk and her superhuman law division card, or if using I forgot what to say, but yeah. So yeah, or if using allies, this also doesn't count for that. Yeah. So yeah, very cool ally. Okay. What you're saying is you can use her to wiggle down. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she can like thwart for one to help you get it down to the thwart amount that you need to perfectly thwart it out. Yeah, totally agree with that. Manfred says, Spider Woman with leadership and protection, use strong together and have green Daredevil. Use strong together. Oh, I see. Yeah. Have the green one, and then yeah, you can block out some stuff there. Strong together. The green Daredevil, I don't think he shares a trait though with Spider Woman though. So I'm not sure if you can strong together for that one. Mega says she doesn't take constant damage. No, she will, right? Force interrupt. So okay. If you're in hero form, what force interrupt? So you have to do it. When Electra would take constant damage. Wait, no. If Daredevil is not in play, does it mean she doesn't take constant damage? If you cameo her, is that how that works? Force interrupt. Well, Electra would take constant damage. I'm not sure. If that's how that's worded, that is broken. Like you just came her and she doesn't take constant damage. If you're playing like Spider-Man, for example, and you don't have Daredevil in play, and then you came Electra. If you're in hero form, you trigger the force interrupt. When she would take constant damage, Daredevil takes it instead. But what I'm thinking is maybe if Daredevil's not there, she would just take it herself. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. So Snow says interrupt fails due to lack of target. She takes damage. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure though, but I think that she'll still take it. The ability would just fail and she'll just take it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. She does take it because you can't do interrupt. Just like she takes it when you're in alter ego. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Below attack and Thor, there's an icon of damage. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it seems like Cam. I think Cam won't be the best with her, but I think with Daredevil, I think she's gonna be really fun. Okay, let's look at their team up card. The two of them often get in each other's ways to help each other, but despite their rocky history, when they engage in a dance with the devil, you'll find that it opens up all sorts of strategies for a defender of Hell's Kitchen. Okay, what is this? Oh, it's upgrade team up. Zero cost upgrade for a team up card. That's so fun. Dance with the devil. I'm loving the art here. Dance, team up, Daredevil and Electra, max one per deck. Okay, attached to an enemy. So when you play this, you need to have Daredevil and Electra on the table. Hero action attack. Discard this card to do 3 damage to enemy. Okay, with the amplify. Okay. So it's 0 cost to do 3 damage. So you play it, you can immediately trigger the action, do the damage. If you leave it in play because it's an upgrade, you can like try to cheat out. Then it's amplify, right? So the villains are attacking with plus extra boost, which is the manic because Dance of the Devil. Electra sometimes like messes up with your stuff. She fights Daredevil all the time. So yeah, very very cool card. I'm loving the card. Very nice flare with the amplify there. But generally, it's just gonna be an upgrade for you to play to attach the enemy. And generally, I think you want to proc this immediately. I think you don't want to take the amplify if you don't have to. Right, this will build out stuff because it's upgrade attached to enemy, so it helps you make your cross examination stronger as well. So yeah, very cool card. Definitely a fan of it. Yeah, because you get additional damage for the upgrade. Yeah, that's pretty nice, guys. It's pretty nice. Okay. Let's see. I feel the team up is not powerful enough to justify the double character timing. Maybe I think it's more just like a fun card. I mean, 0 cost 3 damage is definitely no slouch, right? 0 cost 3 damage. I mean, it's more similar to like what the older team cards that we've seen, but I like the upgrade synergy for Daredevil. Meta says this here would be so thematic. Yeah, all 5 cents in play attach different targets. That's really fun. Fernando says I cannot see any reason to this card being an upgrade instead of event just to push power up. Yeah, I think that it's nice because of the upgrade synergy for Daredevil, and maybe Electra will also have some upgrade synergy as well. So yeah, that's pretty fun, I think. Snow says needs a fellow Electra player, I think. Yeah, I probably wouldn't run this if you're not playing with the Electra hero. Yeah, I think I wouldn't run this for just the ally. But yeah, definitely a fun card for team of cards. Maffer says I like this card. Yeah, same. It might make more sense when we see the Electra hero. Yeah. Dance with the Devil, then take that Dance card. Oh yeah, that could be good too. Yeah, because it is an upgrade, so all the upgrade synergy. I was right about the Doc Strange Sense deck and Valkyrie like upgrade trigger. Nice. Probably a lot of people guessed it. Yeah. Yeah, Fred says, I wonder why they don't even make team of cards good. They really get played. A lot of the recent team of cards have been really good. This one's a little bit more lackluster, but I think it's still. Oh, sorry guys. Sesame is clicking on the keys here from behind a laptop. She like puts her paw. I'm about to grab her. Curtis says, if you're doing status lock, it's another upgrade that can be attached for more combos and no worry about extra boosts. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, sorry guys. I gotta grab Sesame. She's gonna make noise for you guys. Hey, say hi to chat. She's not saying hi. Okay. All right. It's amazing. It can be used with Falcon and Bucky. Oh, for team of cards. The recent ones are good. Hopefully it'll be good with Electra. Yeah, this one's not bad. It's just very generic. It's just very simple. It could definitely be better. Hippo says cat. Yeah. Sesame. They're a fan of you. She's looking at the birds outside right now. But yeah, she knows that she has lots of fans. She's very, very happy for her fan base. Maverick says, my cat Jojo keeps trying to climb on the keyboard too. Yeah, so she does this thing. She doesn't climb on the keyboard. So like, I have a laptop, right? I can't show you because I'm using a webcam from a laptop. But she sits behind the keyboard, and then like imagine like this, like the like laptop thing, and here's a keyboard, right? She'll put a paw like this and like tap keys, and then like if she taps like the wrong key, I don't know, maybe I'll get like locked out of my laptop or whatever. So it messes up stuff all the time, and I can't let that happen on stream. Normally I just like let it slide, and then I just like deal with whatever consequences happen on the keyboard. But on stream, if she locks me or like exits out the stream, that'll be bad. But yeah, Sesame is a very good Persona support. Okay, guys, let me see here. What do you guys think about Daredevil? So we have 85% of the votes here says Daredevil looks amazing. Okay, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that the community is loving how he looks like so far, because like this is a very big deal for Marvel Champions. Like I think Daredevil is a huge hero. I think that he's essential to the game. A lot of players that have quit have told me that they're coming back because of Daredevil. So I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that the community is loving like what he looks like so far. 8% says he's underwhelming. Okay, so a minority of people don't think that he's that great, and 7% think that he's too powerful. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with the too powerful part, but I like powerful heroes, so I'm all down for it. Now, my question here is let's do another poll. What aspect do you guys want to play Derek? Like, what aspect do you think is going to be his best aspect from what we've seen? Like, and let's say like best aspect synergies, not like maybe not necessarily the strongest aspect, but like what are some cool synergies with them? like which aspect will be the most fun because of the synergies in that aspect. And I'll give my thoughts which aspect I think is from what we've seen so far. You guys probably know if you guys have been with the stream so far, because I mentioned earlier what I think. Like based on what you guys are saying too, I think I know what aspect I want to play him in the most. But I want to hear y'all's thoughts here. Alice in games, if it's attached and you lose Electra, you lose the attachment or the team up condition is just to play from hand. I believe the team up condition is just to play from your hand. So once you play the team up card, it'll stay in play even if Electra is no longer in play. Maverick says he reminds me of a better Valkyrie. I don't know. I can put Valkyrie in the same sentence as Daredevil. Aggression will take that in surprise attack. So says aggression has the upgrade attached to min to heal. Suppressive fire. Oh, yes. Yeah. That's a good shout out. I like suppressive fire with him. Yeah, that's another card I was thinking about too. Because like he'll take a lot of damage if using his on-demand ready. Wait, let me see. How do you suppressive? I spelled suppressive wrong. On Marvel CDB. Okay, let's just do fire. Suppressive fire. Okay, here we go. Suppressing fire. Okay. I like this card a lot. I think I want to summon minions with Daredevil. And I think I want to use suppressing fire to heal. Because I feel like Daredevil is at his best if he is the devil of Hell's Kitchen. If he is the man without fear. So if Daredevil is a man without fear, he's using it every single turn. He's exhausting it and taking a damage every single turn because he has no fear, right? So if he's doing every single turn to get the ready, he's impacting the board like crazy. And if he's doing that every single turn, he's taking a crap ton of damage. And I will want a way to mitigate that. So I want some healing. And obviously, Justice is a great way to do that, to flip down to heal. And he has so many ways to do that. But I think if you want to stay up with the high tempo, maybe suppressing a fire to heal with an upgrade can be fun. Like I've done a lot with Hercules, so I think Hercules is really fun with that. And I think Daredevil can get some synergy with that as well. Let's see. Mike says aggression with the upgrade stuff. Yeah, I think that's what I want to lean into too. Corey says his synergy with Justice Ally Manifold to occur his side team can be fun. Oh, that's a good shout out. Let's look at Manifold. Oh man, you guys would just see the loading screen here. Okay, here we go. After you enter play, choose a player. So choose yourself, Daredevil. The player search your deck in discard pile for a player size you can add to your hand. So you play Manifold, and then where is it? Focus the senses. Because like, okay. Oh, unfortunately, Manifold cannot remove Thor from here. It's only Daredevil. So Manifold. Oh, I was gonna say Manifold can Thor for 2. So like, yeah, it's good. It's good because when you cleared this off, you're basically getting 5 net resources, right? Because you get all of those senses in play. So it's very worth it to recur. But I think it might be difficult to do it all in one turn because if you're paying for Manifold, his 3 costs. But definitely a lot of like chance encounter with Daredevil's art on it for Manifold. It's going to be a fun combo to recur him and recur the focus over and over again. A lot of fun. Yeah, to manipulate that and like focus your senses. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Looking for a game says correct answer to your poll is the pool aspect. I will do the pool aspect with the 2 aspects that have the most votes, and we'll see if you guys agree that or you guys want to vote for that. Evan Snow says, "How is that not his best card?" I think that if you're already playing his senses like already, and you're already doing that from the get go, you don't really need focus senses as much. I think that this card is good to play out all your senses if they're all in the sense deck. But I don't really feel like I care about moving my senses as much, even though I think that's really fun and unique. I think it's very thematic to like refocus and move your senses around. I think that in terms of power, you want to just straight up be playing them because when you play them, you can put them wherever you want, anyways. You know. Let me catch up here with some chat. Curtis says a bit surprised to see so many cards are martial artist trade than defender. Yeah, right. Like he has so many martial art cards and like not really any defender stuff here, which is like, I don't know. I kind of like defender stuff. I kind of want to see more defender stuff, but maybe we'll get more martial art stuff in the Echo and Daredevil like precons because they're both martial arts and Freedom Evil. And in all the hero packs, we'll get more defender cards, I think. So Narano says, for extra Deadpool teammate aggravation, Deadpool leadership makes a call to Electra. That's funny for Daredevil to like try to kill his friend Deadpool. That'll be a fun combo. Yeah. All right, let me see here. So you guys have voted 47% for aggression, 31 justice, 15% protection. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards aggression and justice the most right now. I think that he has good synergy in protection too with the readies, but I think he already has the readies in his kit. So it's like I want more of the stat boost from aggression and justice. But yeah, definitely so many ways to play him in aggression. I'm personally most excited to play Daredevil in aggression. I want to build out his attack stat with like combat training and then aggressive conditioning. Get him to like 4 or even 5 attack with the combat specialist as well. All right, build out the attack stat and then get a bunch of readies with this, like recurring this over and over again. And you have the on-demand ready with Fear No Evil, or sorry, Man Without Fear. So like he can swing for 5, ready up on demand, swing for another 5 in 1 turn. That's gonna be so good. I feel that's gonna be very, very fun. And I like all the upgrades too, right? So you're building out his attack stat, but then you're also putting a bunch of these upgrades and minion summoning stuff. I think I want to summon minions with him. I want to kill the minions and get all the effects from all of the those upgrades that attach to enemies. I think that would be a lot of fun. So yeah, but Justice for sure. Oh, Sesame went behind the keyboard again. She's pressing some stuff again. But yeah, okay, let me do one more poll here, guys, and then and I think we'll call it stream after this. So let's do another poll here. Best aspect synergy, and I'll include the pool aspect here. So let's do the top 3. So we got aggression, we got justice, and then what are maybe there's some pool lovers here. Pool be fun though, to be honest, because if you I'm for sure doing laser swords. Imagine Daredevil with 2 laser swords. That's what, +4 attack, right? So he gets up to 6 attack. Then we have 2 on-demand readies. He's gonna be one of the best Jedi builds, right? Because like I love the Jedi builds with like any hero that has an on-demand ready. And Daredevil, he has acute tactility that can be recurable. He's Man Without Fear, and you got stick to itiveness. So honestly, pool is gonna be pretty fun with him. That's a lot of ready swing for a lot. He could definitely finish the villain off with those readies there in the pool aspect for sure. I think he does it. I think he does it better than Spider-Ham. I think Daredevil pool is better than Spider-Ham. Because he doesn't need as much setup. He just needs the Man Without Fear. He needs laser swords. Then you play your that living dangerously player side scheme, and you just go for it. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, dude, I want to play Daredevil in every aspect. He's gonna be a super fun hero. Living for Game says his cards will destroy Dreadpool too. Oh yeah. Like we don't mind Dreadpool coming out over and over again too, right? For all the extra synergies of taking out minions. So yeah. Let's see. Snow says Matt is on making an entrance art. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, I mean he has good justice stuff too. Corey says attach both justice upgrades and Daredevil can throw for 4 in a basic action too. I do think pairing him with Cyclops will be fun too, although not thematic. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. He has a lot of fun mechanical synergies, but also fun thematic synergies as well. So a lot of cool stuff here. Let's see. You said not autocorrect. I saw some folks confused about the TM card. Heroes don't need to be in play when it's played. It used to be. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure with the autocorrect there. New Hippo says the Nemesis set is definitely gonna have a bunch of hand minions. Oh, no Nemesis, huh? I don't know, dude. I still hope it's just Bullseye. I want to keep it more Bullseye. But okay, wait, is this the end of the article? Wait, oh, sorry guys, I didn't even finish. Okay, let's finish the article here really quick. So I have the Arc Eagle art here. With his superhuman senses enhancing his efficiency and his legal expertise, thwarting the villain's schemes, Daredevil joins the Marvel Champions roster, ready to prove that he was well worth the wait. I think he is worth the wait. Take on the Kingpin and his criminal empire with both Echo and Daredevil when Fear and Evil arrives this July 24th, guys. Written by Peter Shoemaker. Huge shots to Peter. Yeah. All right, guys. That That's the article here, guys. Fear and Evil coming out in 2 months. Super duper hype for it. Yeah, all right, guys. That's gonna wrap up our stream here, guys. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to chat about. But yeah, I am super duper hyped here. Arnold Viking says, "What's the consensus? Everyone's loving Daredevil. I think we have like 90% of the votes here. People love it. Consensus for the last poll is that this one changed to Justice. So it seems like a lot of people that voted for Protection and Leadership are now switching their votes to Justice here. So we have the best aspect synergy for Daredevil: 48% Justice, 41% Aggression, and 11% Pool aspect. So Pool got some votes here. Game Guy says, "I'm glad Daredevil looks good." Yeah, he looks really fun. I think it's awesome. Honorable Viking says, "I just saw he's essentially Strange 2.0." It's crazy. I do think that of any other hero that reminds me of Daredevil, I think that Strange is the closest. I think he reminds me of it. Doctor Strange 2.0, definitely. Corey says, "Are you streaming the Fantasy Flight Game stream at 2 p.m.?" I am not. I think it's going to. I don't know how like copyright works with that. Like in terms of like if I can stream while they're streaming, because then like it could take like if you're watching my stream to watch their stream, then it's like what's it called? Like in terms of like copyright, it's like stealing like their viewers, you know what I mean? So I don't think I'm gonna stream, but I will do a recap of their stream. So we're gonna do a recap of Daredevil in a separate record video, and I'll also do a recap of the Fantasy Flight Game stream if they have any like new news about Daredevil and like what they talk about Daredevil. So yeah, so don't worry, I will cover everything that they cover in the stream, but I won't be streaming their actual stream. So the only stream that we're doing here is like right here. Bardic Munn says, "Do a watch along stream." I don't know. So I like literally just started like streaming this year, and I also started like following other streamers, if that makes sense. Because I don't really watch other streams except for D20, and Nelson, and this guy named Mr. Moore for One Piece content. So I don't really watch streams. I only watch streams on YouTube actually. So I like am getting more into the stream meta right now, even though I don't really watch like Twitch streams. But yeah, I don't really know how watch along streams work though, because I don't know if I'm allowed to do that is a thing. But yeah, I'm not sure. I also have clients like midway during their stream, so I won't be able to stream for the entire time if I were to do a watch along. But I don't think I'm gonna do it for the beginning because I feel like I'm not sure how it works, you know. Barman says, "I mean, we do have 2 streams up on our end. You're only streaming yourself." Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I'm just not sure, you know? Yeah, but I'll definitely cover it though. So whatever they talk about, if they do drop any new news, I definitely want to cover that. Yeah, so I'm excited for a live stream though. Definitely I'm gonna enjoy watching the Fantasy Flight Games live stream. Maverick says, "I'll love to play a game with her with you sometime." Yeah, for sure. I usually watch Nelson D20 winning hand in Crash Space. Oh, for streams. Yeah. Yeah, Marvel Champions definitely. I watch the most Marvel Champions streams or more than other stuff. But yeah, One Piece streams are fun too, but I don't think I'm in I haven't been engaging as much in streams. The all correct is killing me. Yeah, guys. Okay, let me see here for the poll. So yeah, Justice here won out. So now, okay, with just 3 aspects, you guys voted most for Justice and 43% for Aggression, 11% for Pool, and then okay, let me do one more poll here. Poll here. I mean to wrap this up. Okay. The hot take. Okay. Will Daredevil be the strongest hero in the game? He will be number 1 strongest. He will be S tier, or he will not be as strong. Let's say he'll not be that strong. Okay, I want to see what you guys think about how strong his kid looks, because some people were telling me earlier in chat how like maybe I'm overestimating his strength. I think that the way his kid looks, it looks like building out maybe a little bit difficult for him, but like I feel like this thing is really really helpful, right? Because like I'm trying to think. Yeah, if you like kill a main or remove the last one from the main scheme, you get a cost reduction of 2. So it's helping you with tempo, but also like it's giving you incentive to like actually manage the board, but it's also giving you an incentive to like play something for cheaper, you know? So I think that's like the only card that we've seen with any economy so far. And that will be the only thing that holds him back if his economy is really bad. Like if he has nothing else for economy, he has very cheap cards, so he can still play them, which will mean he'll be really good for high tempo builds. But a lot of the more difficult villains will require build out no matter what. Even for Daredevil, even though his kit looks very strong, I think he'll need to build out against the most difficult villains get very consistent wins. So if that holds him back, then that might be the way. But I'm loving the art, guys, too. I also want to do another poll asking you guys what you guys think about the art. I'm loving the Akigo art and the hero art. I like the art here more than the art for her. But let's see here. Corey says, I think Daredevil might be the strongest solo hero with him having a bit of everything in his kit. Yeah, I think it's like how he looks for multiplayer doesn't look bad at all. I think he's great in both, actually. Arnold Viking says, here's another thought. Convince me of how good Daredevil is going to be based on what we've seen. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I think that'll be a fun thing to do. My favorite thing about him is drawing one card is actually meaningful. Having other cards in your hand you cannot afford is a bummer. Yeah. We haven't seen the rest of his cards. I bet he'll have an attachment where you defeat something, generate resources. Maybe. Okay, let's do this here. Okay, I'm gonna convince you how good Daredevil is gonna be based on what we've seen. Okay, so right now I'm gonna make the case. And honestly, I think I believe in what I'm saying in terms of like what actually, because I think he's gonna be S tier, if not the strongest hero in the game. Okay, so why do I think Daredevil will be an S tier hero? One of the top, let's say top 3 strongest heroes in the game. Okay, so first off, he doesn't have the drawback of a bad silence. So he's got the 2/2/2 silence. So that's super duper solid. Okay. Then he has Strange's invocation deck, which is very powerful, right? He's got these 5 cents cards, but it's better than Strange because the action to play the top card sense as if you're in your hand does not exhaust. So you don't have to exhaust stuff. So you can throw for 2, attack for 2, and then still play a sense card. Also, it's not limited once per phase. So you can play and spam on all your senses at once. And then another thing is that you can always look at the cards of the sense deck and how they're ordered. And after you play them the first time, you can manipulate how the senses go back into the sense deck. So if you want to do just readying, you can constantly spam the readying sense right here. If you just want thwarting, you can constantly spam the thwarting sense here, right? If all the other 4 senses are in play, this is the only one that goes back in the sense deck, and you just keep on recurring over and over again to get the extra thwarting. If you're ready to go for the kill, then you set up for this one for just damage and just do a bunch of damage, right? So unlike Strange, it's like Strange, except you're constantly using just the Crimson Bands because you only are ready for damage, right? Strange has a cap there of how his damage works because whenever you're ready to do damage, you don't have the Crimson Bands anymore. Like if you just play it and it's gone, like you have to get through the entire deck to go back to it, right? Daredevil does not have that problem. He can like manipulate that sense deck. So he's got that going on for him. I think that's really powerful. And then another thing that I look at for S2 heroes is like how easily can they recover and get back into games. Well, Daredevil has easy access to Alter Ego, thanks to every single time he's in Alter Ego, he can trigger his Foggy Nelson to take that off, but also confuse if the attorney character removes the last from his scheme, which Foggy can help you do, right? So you can confuse a villain. Then with being able to remove the last threat, he can ready up an Alter Ego. So if you're in Alter Ego, right, and you exhaust the heal for 3, right, and then you play your Thor event, and let's say you play your Living Lie Detector to remove 2 threat from a scheme, and it removes the last threat from a scheme that had let's say the main scheme that had the Acute tactility on it, you can ready up right now in Alter Ego with this interrupt and exhaust the heal again for 3. So you can heal for 6 in Alter Ego if you drop down 4 life in 1 turn, which is very, very powerful to get mass healing out, You actually heal 9, right? Because if you flip down, right, you heal. The next turn, you can exhaust heal again, trigger the Acute tactility and heal again. So in 1 flip down, he can go from 1 life all the way back up to 10 life. Better than most heroes, you know what I mean? Like that's like Spider-Man-esque. So even if he drops down 1 life, he can easily come back into games. He's got very good Thornton got very good damage. He's got everything covered. And his cards are so cheap, playing everything for 1 cost and 1 effective resource, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think he's got, I mean, and all that to say, he's not even mentioning he's got an on-demand ready with the Man Without Fear. And then Focus Senses, which I know Snowball was saying that this is like his best card. I don't think it's his best card, but it's a really good card. So honestly, he's got everything for him, you know? New Hippo says, case for playing more than one copy of Death Focus. Ooh, do you mean so? Are you saying because Death Focus is limited to once per max one per player, right? So you only have one, but are you saying running more than one just because it's such a good card for him? I think that this isn't all include for Daredevil though. So don't get me wrong. I think that this is like you guys know I'm down this card, but I think this card is for sure you want this for Daredevil because he's always going to have a superpower. So yeah, I think that to have that one cost to always be able to play an extra cents per turn is going to be insanely powerful. Nude Hippo says, yeah, more than one to draw it sooner. You can make the case for sure. I think that you make a case because you want the death focus down as soon as possible. But at the same time, I think I wouldn't. I think that if you do it, there's nothing wrong with that. I personally would not because I feel like I'm still just spamming these senses because they're all one cost anyways. You know what I mean? Like he's more unleashed when you have the death focus, but he's still great without it. You know, it's a great card for him, and I think it's an all include, but it's not even necessary. That's why I think it's S tier. Like it's not even needed. Like one of the best basic cards for him, you don't even really need it, and that's just crazy. Jimbo says, already looking like he's going to be fun in all aspects. Yeah. So happy with the entire kit review so far and how he'll play. I love how he takes damage for Electra. I love that too. And I love that she says, I don't need you to protect me. Psychic is going to be so fun. Yeah. Let me see. Savior says, after your explanation, I'll say S tier. Yeah. Yeah. He looks really, really good. Honor Wagon says, we want resource generators or card draw engines to just spam all the sense deck. It sounds fun to me. The problem is you don't even need that, right? Like, if you play out your senses the next turn, you can literally just do this sense 5 times in one turn with no resource generators on the table, right? Just all the cards in your hand, just use it constantly to keep on recurring this. Like, it's fine, dude. You don't even need to get the resource generators. If you do get it built out, then he'll go crazy. But yeah, he is very, very good. Once you're choosing what sense to play each turn, he seems consistent. Yeah. It looks really powerful. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's see the poll here. Oh, okay. Only 9% of people are voting that he'll be 1% strongest, like number one strongest here in the game. Okay. So it looks like I am more big on Daredevil than you guys because I think he'll be number one strongest. But we do have 73% of people saying he will be an S tier hero. So one of the strongest heroes in the game. And 18% says that he's not going to be that strong. Okay. So it looks like the community, I think it's still pretty, I don't know if it's balanced because I guess everyone that says he'll be number one strongest is all saying he'll be S tier. So we have 80% here of chat thinking he's going to be S tier, and around 20% saying he's not going to be S tier. Yeah, I would agree. I think he's going to be my personal take, just from seeing his cards that we've seen so far. I think he's going to be the number one strongest here in the game. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I wanted to be the number one strongest. At the same time, he's so hyped that I don't really mind it because it's Daredevil. So it's like, I don't know. Snow says this card upgrade support control. Oh no, not one of my senses. That's hilarious. And you know what? Caught off guard is nothing for Daredevil. That's another thing too. Yeah, caught off guard. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the card here. Caught off guard is nothing. Caught off guard so chill. Daredevil loves caught off card. You just toss a sense, dude. It goes back to your sense, which you can just play immediately, like right back down the next turn. Literally the next turn, no matter what sense is carded, you can play it back down the next turn because they're all one card cost. You can literally just go through a sense deck in one turn, right? Like people saying stuff about Doctor Strange, like spam the rings of Ragador. I think that that's exaggerated. Daredevil can literally spam any sense and go through the whole sense deck on turn one with nothing else in hand because they're all one cost. So just play. 5 cards in hand, doesn't matter. You spend all your resources to play all your senses. Like that's the thing that's just insane. That's the thing that's like makes him crazy for me. Winston says, what's the highest you can get cross-examination in solo? Okay, let's see. Probably need to play aggression and can get to maybe 9. Let me see. So you're talking about cross-examination here. That's the attack event, right? Yeah. In solo, what's the highest you can get it? So Daredevil's got 4 upgrades that you can attach. Okay, so that's +4. You can do the team up card if you have Electra right here, right? So this is another upgrade you can attach to Emmy. So it's +5, right? +5. Let's pull up. Okay, let's see. How do we do this on Marvel CDB? We gotta look up. I'm gonna look up aggression because I think aggression has the most. So we're looking up cards here, and we want to look up for upgrades that can be attached. So do we want it on minions or we want it on the villain? I think we want it on the villain, right? I don't think there's that many that attach to the villain, to be honest. If it's on the, it might just be like energy shield and protection, or that new leadership card that can also attach to any card. Okay, let's look up. Let me see. Okay, let's share this tab. Okay. All right, how are we gonna find this, guys? Let's look up. Okay, so we'll do all aspects. Okay, we'll do upgrade. And then how do we do attach to an enemy? So it text an enemy, an enemy. Let's say that. So upgrade, attach to enemy. Let's see what we got. Okay. So we got blood rage. No, that's not attached. Let me see. We're not getting all the cards I want here. Let me see. Excelsior. No, that's right. Touch side scheme. That's not, none of that's right. I don't think there's much that attached. They're more so attaching to minions, I think. So let's say a minion, not an minion. A minion here. Let's see. Because then we got like, let me see. Suppressing fire is attached to a minion, max 1 per minion. We have under control attached to a minion. Prism dust is not attached. Pinned down. You have marked. Yeah, these are mostly minions. Attack. Oh, we got gatekeeper. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be after you engage a minion. No. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be gatekeeper, right? Attached to a minion, so that's 1. You can do marked attached to a minion to give your attack overkill, so that you can overkill to the villain, and you can also do suppressing fire. So it looks like there's 3 aggression upgrades. So what do you say? I think aggression would be the most. So cross examination, we have 4 Daredevil cards. Right, we're saying true soul only. So 4 Daredevil cards, team up card, and 3 aggression cards. So we got plus, what is that? Plus 8. So 8 plus 3. So it's gonna be 11 damage. So to answer your question, I think it's gonna be 11 damage is the max that you can do with the cross examination to a minion, and you have overkill too if you get that full 11 damage off. So yeah, I mean that's a lot of work though. Like I said, you had to like go through your whole deck to get those upgrades on that minion. So I mean that fire and I'm definitely playing this build. What's that card that we saw? The the air cover card. That card is gonna be so fun. Like this is a card that I think is so fun, but I don't really use that often. Air cover is gonna be so fun. Cause yeah, Daredevil wants air cover. That's gonna be super duper fun. When a minion enters play, you exhaust it and you remove a counter to search your deck and discard power for a tactic upgrade attached to the minion and then add it to your hand. Or that can be attached to the minion, add to your hand. So like I want to get these down. I want to do a combo deck with Daredevil with the air covers and then see if we can hit that 11 damage with the cross examination. I think that's gonna be so fun. That's gonna be super fun. Nuke the Hippo says, do you get to choose to put the senses back in deck versus in collection versus collector? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think because they're both force interrupts, I think villain force interrupts have priority over player force interrupts. So I think the collector steals your senses. So I think collector kills Daredevil. I think Daredevil has no sense. Like he steals your senses, I think. Narium says, I don't think Daredevil will be Cable start. Yeah, Cable, ooh, I don't know. So the thing is like, I always talk about like the strongest heroes have like the best starts. I think Daredevil might have a better start because oh man, he can play all this on turn 1 no matter what. Is the thing. Okay, Daredevil Cable has a better build start for sure. I think the build support is huge. But I think if you're going strictly for like board control, I think Daredevil might have the better start. Like if you're going rush or something like that, I think Daredevil might have the best start. Because then you just spam all of these right here, right? I don't know. Snow says, isn't Gatekeeper counterproductive because it adds 2 HP? Yeah. It is counterproductive, but like just see how much damage that we can get off. I think that could be fun. Game guy says collector taking your sense of smell is hilarious. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but I think it'll be fun anyways. And I think that might be his nemesis, collector. Obviously, they're designed Daredevil without the legacy environment because he's a current environment, hero. But I think that will be his thing. Yeah. Let's see. Corey says there has to be a Billy Club upgrade. Yeah, I think there definitely will be a Billy Club upgrade. I mean, he has a Billy Club right here in his hero art. So for sure, I think we're getting it, but it has not been previewed. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll drop that on Facebook again. Because Echo's katanas were dropped on Facebook. Daredevil's weapons will also drop on Facebook. That would be pretty crazy. Um, yeah. See here with chat. New to Hippo says, oh, no, I answered that. Yeah. I'm JFD says, I agree. I think it would be amusing, but in strength. Yeah. Yeah. So scenarios are not considered for environments, though. Are they not? I think that I thought they were. Like, I thought the design was. I thought, like, take environments like how you will. I think that it's not the biggest issue. Like, it's just kind of more for the designers. But that the way that they're playing it is that we design heroes and aspect cards with the current environment in mind, not with the legacy environment. So, like, for stuff like past heroes, like Spiral Woman synergies with Echo, that's not considered because it's a legacy hero. So I also thought that the scenarios, like, they aren't taking like Venom Goblin or Ronin like in mind when there's designing heroes. Like, oh, we have to make heroes strong enough to defeat them. You know what I mean? But I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so what's the vote here, guys? What's the verdict? 70% says Daredevil would not be that strong, and then 70% thinks he's gonna be S tier, and then 13% thinks he's gonna be the #1 strongest hero. So 83% of you guys, including me, thinks that he will be an S tier hero. All right, let's end that poll there, guys. All right, guys. Yeah. All right. That's pretty exciting, guys. All right. So that is Daredevil. I think that's gonna wrap up our stream, guys. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? I think that's pretty much it, right? Let me know if you have anything else you want to say for Daredevil. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for him. I think this is pretty crazy. Um, Random Tuesday, guys, but we got Daredevil here, and he looks bonkers. He has. I can't wait to like here in hand. Like, the art is amazing. Oh, I'm gonna do one more poll here for what you guys think about the art. There's a current environment, so there's a broken interaction with legacy content. Is not a big due to FFG. Yeah, that's my thoughts too. Let's do one more poll here to finish this off. What do you think of the art on? Love it, neutral, hate it. Are you guys liking this art too? Yeah, man. I'm loving the jumping here from like down a building, right? With the billy clubs, and he's like gonna attack you and like smack you in the face. Yeah, the art here. Oh man, that's really cool. And I'm liking the Matt Murdock art here as well. That's a weird thing to say. How's the card count going? Do the numbers at the bottom match? Yeah, let's do that really quickly here. So, okay, we have 1B, 1A, right? So that's a Daredevil identity card. And then we have the census here. There's 5 cards in sense deck. Okay, so we know all that. These are the 5 cards. One thing too, if you're just joining the stream, I love that. So Daredevil right here has like, the little picture here for the identity cards. For all the cards in sense deck, they have like a little radar sense, sonar sense type vibe going on, which is very, very fun. So that's really cool. Okay, let's look at his other cards here. So cross-examination is his card 2. Electra is number 1, I think. Let's go down there. Let's make sure we got that right. So got Electra as 1. Okay, let me actually type this here. So we have Electra, 1 out of 15. Okay. We have cross-examination. If I click enter, is it going to? It sends it. Never mind. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna be able to type it all. Okay. So we got Electra for 1 out of 15. We have cross-examination as Arnold Viking says, gonna head out. All right, dude. See you later, dude. I'm glad you're able to join the stream, dude. Thank you for chatting with us. Okay, so cross-examination is 2 out of 15. Limit lie detector is 6 out of 15. I think we get 3 copies then of this. I think we got 2 out of 15. No. We're missing 4 out of 15 too. So 2 out of 15, 3 out of 15, 4 out of 15. So we're missing a 5 out of 15 because we got this for 6 out of 15. Let's see. Deposition. 4. Oh, this is 4 out of 15. Okay. So we know for a fact we're getting 2 copies of cross-examination. Let me pull up Google Doc. I'm gonna make a Google Doc really quickly here, guys. And then we'll just do this here on stream and figure this out. Do a little card count for him. Okay, let's see. Google Doc. Okay. Let's do Daredevil card count. Okay. And then let's see. Okay, and then I'm gonna type this here, and then I'll share the tab with you guys after we get it all typed out. Okay, so Electra is 1 out of 15. Then we know cross-examination is 2 and 3. Only 2 copies? I don't know. That's kind of low. There's only 2 copies of the attack event, and it's already doing like potentially low damage. Like the floor is very low for the amount of damage that's doing, you know? Let's see. So cross-examination. 2 out of 15. Do it again here. For 3 out of 15. Okay. Then what's next here? We got deposition for 4 out of 15, and I think it's 5 out of 15. Yeah. So this is 4 and 5 because the lie detector card is 6. So we're definitely getting 2 copies of the event, I think. Deposition 4 out of 15. Deposition 5 out of 15. Okay. Next, we got the living lie detector for 6 out of 15. Surely we get 3 copies of this, right? But I won't put it in unless we know for sure. Living lie detector 6 out of 15. Okay. Then let's see what else we got going on. Man Without Fear is 15 out of 15. So that's his last card. The Man Without Fear, 15 out of 15. And then Focus the Senses. That should be like 14 out of, no, it's 9 out of 15. Okay. Focus the Senses. 9 out of 15. Maybe Foggy would be those later cards here. Okay, we got Foggy, who's 10 out of 15. Nelson Murdoch, 12 out of 15. Oh, we have another card after Foggy. That's interesting. Foggy is 10 out of 15. Nelson and Murdoch is 12 out of 15. What the heck? Okay, all right. I think that's it here. Okay, okay. So this is what we got so far, guys. I think that this is confirmed because I don't think we're getting 1 copies of these events here. I think we're getting at least 2, and we're not getting 3 because we know the number of cards afterwards. So Electra is 1 out of 15, cross-examination 2 out of 15, cross-examination 3 out of 15, deposition 4 out of 15, deposition 5 out of 15. I think we're for sure getting 1 more living lie detector. So detector 7 out of 15, and let's do probably 3. Like, let's put some question marks. But I think we're getting 3 here. I think it should be like that. So 2 cross-examinations, 2 depositions, 3 living lie detectors. Okay, then we're up to 9. So we got Focus the Senses. We got 10 Foggy, and we're missing 11 out of 15. And then maybe 13 out of 15 and 14 out of 15 is the same card. So say same card. So maybe this would be the Billy Clubs here. That's what I'm thinking. And maybe this would be like a double upgrade, like maybe 1 more upgrade in his kit. Because he doesn't really have any upgrades in here, right? Other than like maybe the Billy Clubs here. So I think that there's a very high chance. I think we're getting 3 lie detectors. Whoops. Yeah, I think there's a very high chance we're getting 3 lie detectors here. So we like essentially know the kit because I think that it's all but guaranteed that he has a Billy Club in his kit. So we essentially know every card except for this card right here, which so 13 out of 15 and 14 out of 15, we don't know what it is. It could also be 2 Billy Clubs, right? And different Billy Clubs here, you know. IMJD says so he's low on attack. Yeah, his attack looks like a little bit lower. But so I think maybe we're getting attack stuff here. Maybe anything to improve his attack. 1115 has to be Karen Page, I think. Okay, so are you thinking Karen Page here and then double Billy Club then? Or think just one Billy Club for one of these cards and then like another card. So like 3 unique cards then maybe. Yeah, there's 3 cards that we don't know. 1, 2, 3. But I think I don't know if he's gonna be getting Karen, to be honest, because he has Foggy. I don't know if he's gonna be getting Karen and Foggy. Maybe one more event that guarantees like 7 or 8 damage, like some here's a 1 strong attack. Yeah, I was thinking maybe 1 or 2 like big attack events. He's got so many Thwart events here, right? Probably 5 is looking like. He's got 2 attack events that only do 3 damage each with a floor of 3. Although the ceiling is high, it can go up to like 11 in aggression. But aren't weapons usually upgrades? Would they come after Nelson and Murdoch? Let me type Foggy Nelson here. They come after Nelson and Murdoch. Oh, yeah. This is my first time doing this, by the way, guys. So I don't know. Is this the correct? Like, do upgrades come last? Is that how a kit normally works? Let me see here. Let's pull up. Like, I guess, Tiger. I'm already on to look up Tiger here. Okay, so she's got Moon Knight. We got the allies always first. She has support here. Wait, is this ordered? Yeah, this is ordered on Hall of Heroes. So she's got upgrade. No, she has like upgrades first here. Upgrade. And she has like events to last with the Tooth and Claws last. The Tooth and Claws and Feline has the last. So is it random or do they all keep it in the same order though, right? So, okay, these are all events. These are all upgrades, support, and ally. Ooh, maybe it's all in the same order. So right then, okay, let me look up Hulkling. So he's got ally, support, upgrades, and then he's got events. Ooh, okay. So they have to be in order. JFD says upgrades come last, allies come first, then events. So that it's different. Yeah, they're just grouped. Yeah. So it doesn't matter which comes first or last, but it is going to be grouped. Nuke the Hippo says, I think they're grouped. Yeah. Okay, so they're grouped. Okay, huge shout out, guys. Thank you for that verification. Okay, so that means this is not Billy Clubs then. So this is going to be another persona, another support. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be Karen. I think it should be Karen Page, right? Foggy, Karen, Nelson, and Murdoch. Then we know there's an upgrade here. So Billy Club? Would he be getting 2 Billy Clubs, guys? Do we think he's getting two Billy Clubs? Like for each one, I guess? Like different Billy Clubs, right? Like not unique Billy Club. Like other Billy Club. Is that it? Yeah, because we got ally. Got event. Let me copy and paste this here. So event. Okay, and then we got what's it called? Support. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Oops, sorry, that's not support. That's a player side scheme. I'm tripping up. Player side scheme here. Player side scheme. Okay. Support. And then upgrade. So maybe it's getting 3 upgrades here. Could it be anything else? It could be another support bleeding over here and then only 2 upgrades. But I mean, we're getting Foggy, Karen, and Nelson Murdoch. I feel like the chance of getting more upgrades is more likely. Let's see. MJD says maybe 1 less living lie for 1 strong attack. Wait, 1 strong attack. I'm not entirely sure what you mean because I feel like it's probably not an event, right? It's probably gonna be an upgrade. What the Billy Club gives him 1 attack and something. I don't want gives him +1 Thor or defense. That'd be really good. I think it'd be really fun. I think he'll be way too good. If he gets any stat upgrades with the readies that you hear it has, like in kit, like the 2 on-demand readies that he's got, it'll be interesting though if like 1 Billy Club is like +1 upgrade and the other Billy Club is like something else. You know what I mean? Like a research generator. So like, I don't know. I can pull it out because I don't even know how to find it. But the custom Daredevil has like has a fun effect with the Billy Clubs there. I think that's a really fun. How would I pull that up? I guess I could go to my old video because I linked it in my videos here. So let me see. Let me pull up where I played custom Daredevil. Let me see here. Custom Daredevil. Because this really. Oh, I got Sesame. Sesame behind a laptop. Just pressed it. What just happened? Am I still live? Okay, I'm still live. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Um, that was crazy. Okay, so let me pull up the cards here. Okay, so we're over level, and I really like this Billy Club right here. So I think this would be so cool to do this. So 2 cost upgrade is restricted, right? Hero resource, you need exhaust to generate a physical resource. So maybe a resource generator. And hero action, exhaust Billy Club, return to your hand, stun a minion, engage with you. Isn't that cool? I feel like that's so cool. So maybe it's gonna be a resource generator, right? Bully Club, I don't know, like plus attack, Billy Club resource generator, like maybe something like that. I don't know. That'd be interesting. Let's see. Is July yet? Not yet. I can't even wait. Teddy says the ready combo doesn't work. The attack and thwart senses are responses that get sent back to sense deck as well. So either thwart or attack, and the card goes back to the pile as well. So let me pull this up. So like for example, okay, the ready combo doesn't work. So I think they're different things. I think you can do one or the other. So for example, if you're doing, let's say the attack sense, right? The responses get sent back to deck. So if you attack the attached enemy, so let's say you play the rare sense, right? Okay, so the way to make the combo work, like the recursion, is you need all these on the table. So they're already all played, which you can do in one turn, on turn one, right? So turn one, you play our sense on the table. Now you have 0 cards in your sense deck, right? Then, let's say next turn, if you attack the villain, you trigger radar sense, you do 3 damage to the villain, okay? Then radar sense goes back on top of your sense deck as the only sense card, because the bottom of the sense deck is also the top. If there's only one card there. So you pay 1 cost to play radar sense back again, attach it to the villain. Then you play a ready card like your army of 1, or let's just say you use the Man Without Fear, right? So you on demand ready up Daredevil, you attack the villain again, then you trigger radar sense again, do another 3 damage after you attack. Then you pay 1 resource because it's only card in sense deck again. So you play the radar sense again, attach the villain again, and then basically it goes on for as long as you can ready up Daredevil. So if you have more armor, you can just play that 1 cost protection event, ready up Daredevil again, attack the villain again, trigger radar sense again, get the 3 damage off, and then so on, so on, so on, right? So you just keep on recurring for as long as that you can go. Similar to like Nova, I guess. And then so that's like separate to if you're recurring the acute tactility. So if you're doing this one here, right, 1 cost upgrade attached to enemy or scheme. When you defeat the attached scheme or remove the last threat from, or when you defeat the enemy or remove the last threat from a scheme, you can discard to reveal your identity, right? So like this, you kind of have to set up a little bit for. But like, let's say you build Daredevil's attack to like, I don't know, let's say you could build him to 4 attack and aggression, right? So he has, or let's just say you're facing drone minions. Let's make it like a little bit easier, right? So you have 2 attack, and let's say there's 5 drone minions out, okay? Once again, you play out all your senses here, so they're all already on the table, right? This is attached to a drone minion, okay? Daredevil swings for 2. He takes out the drone. Then this goes back on top of the sense deck. You play it for 1 resource cost from your hand, right? Attached to another drone, and Daredevil's already up because you defeated that drone. So you would take out another drone, ready up again. Attach another drone, take it out, ready up again. Attach another drone, ready up, and take it out again. So it's endless, right? And it's even better if you have like 4 or 5 attack, because now you can take out mid-range minions and infinitely ready each time that they're taken out. So yeah, I think that's where the combo works with like recurring it over and over again. But it's separate. Like each sense can only be recurred like usually by itself unless you get super built out, and then you can recur double sense at once. You know what I mean? Yeah, but normally the combo is just in itself. Jeremy says, yeah, it'd be cool to see an upgrade like that, kind of like Cap Shield, where you throw it and it comes back to hand. Yeah, that would be so fun. And I think that usually the more thematic cards are like a little bit So I think that might be great for his kid to like balance it a little bit out. Like a super thematic, fun like Billy Club. That's like not as powerful, you know. Board game time. I went to chat, dude. Hype, loving the look so far. Yeah, same. He looks incredible. Yeah. So this is what we got here for what I think his cards would be. Let me see. Why don't we? I'm gonna just paste this here in the chat for you guys in case you're interested. To see this. So. Oh, I can't because there's too many characters. All right, never mind. I'm gonna comment on this video after we're done the stream, and I'll just post this here in the comment for like what we think his card counting would be. Card count speculation. And then let me make sure I got all this right here. So I'm sure we're getting 3 copies of Lie Detector, I think. So I think it'll be like this. And then we just don't know here. So 3 cards that we don't know. And we're thinking it's Karen Page, Nelson Murdoch, and then maybe two Billy Clubs. Yeah. I think that was pretty good. The 8th card will be distinct based on numbers. Ooh, can you explain to me why the 8th card is going to be distinct based on numbers? Because I don't know how that works. Like what about it makes it distinct? I guess like what detail gives you that? Because I'll definitely change this if that doesn't make sense. Let me see. I wonder if he has a restrainer that readies. I'm JFD says restrainer that readies. I hope not, dude. Like ready it each time you like defeat an enemy or remove the last from a side scheme. That'd be crazy. Robert says, can you keep this live stream going until FG starts? No, I like gotta go in a bit. Yeah, definitely check out their live stream, and I will have a video. I'm gonna do a record video after their stream though. So he may have some church related cards. Oh yeah, maybe we'll have. Yeah, maybe it's not Karen Page. Maybe it's like we haven't seen any like Catholic guild type of stuff though. So that could be interesting. Yeah, Nine Tails. Can you let me know down in the chat like why you think that the number there, and after that we're gonna call the stream here after that. Nine Tails says like the attack and Thor columns require you to keep readying. Yeah, but I mean as long as you can keep readying, then you can keep it going. You know. Okay, in the article, Living Lie has print number 10, while Focus Senses have number 12. So there's a card 11 in the middle. Okay, yeah. So we like know that for sure, right? But then my question is, why do you think there's not going to be 3 copies of the Living Lie Detector? Because we've seen, let me see here, because Living Lie Detector is 6. We don't know if there's going to be 7 or 8. I think there's just opposite card, possibly 3. So I think it's 7 and 8. And then for Focus of Senses, that's going to be 9, right? So like I think there's a good chance that we get 3 of them, unless we have another event. But like I would think it's weird to go from like a 1 random event, right? Because I feel like he has 2 attacks, 2 alter ego thwarts, and then 3 like thwarts from both alter ego and hero form. I feel like that seems normal for like how his kid should be, right? Jeremy says, yeah, maybe some healing in the church. Man, if he gets healing in church, that would be insane. He doesn't even need healing. That would be bonkers if he gets healing in church, guys. That would be insane. Not the card number of the Daredevil set, but the print number. Look at that. Oh, the print number. Okay. Look at the brackets in the article. Okay. So you mean like right here, 10, right? So this is okay. So this is 4 and this is 5. Okay. So this is 8. This is deposition is 9. Living Lie Detector is 10. Okay. Because it's different. All copies of Living Lie Detector have the number 10. Okay. So all numbers have 10 there. And then what is Focus Senses? Focus Senses is 12. Oh, I see what you're saying. So we should have an 11. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think you're totally right. Yeah. None of these go in between because it should be that one. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Sorry, it took me a while to understand that, but thank you. I appreciate you explaining that for me. Okay. So this is definitely not Living Lie Detector. Thank you. So question mark. And this would be an event though. No, it doesn't have to be an event. It could be another player side scheme, but unlikely that we get 2 player side schemes. So I think it's going to be an event, right? I think it's going to be an event. It could also be one copy of Living Lie Detector. That would be weird though. It could, yeah. I think two living lie detectors, right? Probably, and then I think one big event. So maybe a big attack event. What are we thinking? Either a big attack event or like a split personality type of event. Like a big event. Yeah, it's a different card. Yeah, Black Yellow Suit Daredevil promos. Dude, that would be so cool to do promos for Daredevil. Yeah. Okay. Let me check here. So, what do you guys think about the art of Daredevil's card? 49% love it, 49% neutral, and 2% hate. Okay. So, I guess we're like most people don't mind it, and then very few people don't like it. Okay. Let's do one more poll, guys. One more poll here. Do we think he's gonna get a split personality? Okay. Like Daredevil's last event. I would love split personality type card. Big attack event. Something else. So, I mean, you guys know split personality, right? Split personality. Let me pull that up. Cause like this is one of my favorite cards in all Marvel Champions. If we get this card, anything like it doesn't have to be exact like it, but some sort of like a flip event. Because Daredevil, like, I feel like his kit is captured pretty thematically, to be honest. I feel like it is pretty thematic. But if we can get like a big flip, like free flipping card, like, you know, it doesn't have to be like drop to your opponent hand size. Obviously, just something like flip change forms. You know what I mean? A way to cross freely in between Matt Murdock and Daredevil. Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. I didn't start the poll yet. I meant to start it. How do we start the poll? Let's see. That would be so cool. Like anything to let them like change forms would be really cool. Let's see here. Jeremy says, I like the idea of a flip event. Yeah, that would be so cool. Like the one from She-Hulk or Shapeshifter. Yeah. A cheaper version of the card would be good. Send Matt to confession. Yeah. All right. I think if you guys vote for that, then we will put that as our. Oh man, we have no votes so far for split personality type. So split personality type in the poll means like a changing forms type of event. His obligation has to be church. Yeah, I think that's very likely for the obligation to be a church. I hope I hope that it's bullseye for Nemesis though, like a bullseye Nemesis set. And then losing allies, that'd be so cool. Heads up, it's called DID, not split personality. It's an outdated term. The more you know, even though it's on the card. Oh, gotcha. Like for the She-Hulk card here. Yeah, I don't really know too much about the She-Hulk card. I just watched the show on Disney Plus, but I didn't know it was like an actual thing, like a comment term. I thought that this was just like, you know, the flair of the card, like split personality. What's DID stand for? Jeremy says like the Nightcrawler's event. Yeah. Just anything to flip forms, right? Like Nightcrawler has that as well. Cable has it as well, like Body Slide. I forgot Nightcrawler's version of it. But yeah, anything like change forms, you know, each other player can change the form you're in. That I think that would be really cool. So, oh, you guys aren't voting for split personality then. I think most of you guys think it's something else. Okay. Jeremy says, I'm with you, Web Wars. I love the split personality event. Yeah. Okay, you know what? That's gonna be my prediction here. This is just be my prediction. So for the speculation here, I think it's gonna be change form because Daredevil. I mean, he's got to have another way to change form, right? Change form event. Well, we had the word event. So let's say change form. Yeah, change form. I think Karen Page. Let's put 3 question marks because it looks so much better. And I think maybe 2 Billy Clubs then. Yeah. All right, guys. All right, so we're missing 4 cards in this kit. Maybe we'll get 2 of them here from the Facebook page. So yeah, I'm gonna be tracking that, guys. Hopefully we get something cool. All right, guys, that is gonna be it for the live stream here. Love the split personality event for She-Hulk. That was so much fun. Yeah, super fun. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in with me and reacting to this Daredevil article live with me. Holy cow, guys, that is pretty. Oh, not sharing it. Yeah, so yeah. New to Hippo says, thanks for streaming. Yeah, dude, thank you so much for being in the chat here and chatting with me, guys. This was so much fun. Love interacting with you guys. Love whenever we can react to an article together. Yeah, I'll see you guys for part of the Fantasy Flight Games live stream. Make sure to hop over there. It's gonna be in like 35 minutes, guys. So yeah, it's gonna be super duper close, guys. Another stream to watch more Daredevil news. And I will recap everything that I say, all the relevant information in their stream as well. Probably in another video. I'd like to get it tonight, but I don't know if I can. It would depend. Yeah, I got some work for tonight, but probably tomorrow for sure, if not tonight. Jeremy says, thanks for the stream. You made my day. Thank you, dude. You guys made my day too. And Daredevil is making my day as well. So this is super fun. Maffer says, good times, chill stream. Cheers. Web-Warrior Fanatic and chat. Yeah. Thank you so much, Maffer, for joining the stream. Fun stream. Thank you, Robert, guys. Thank you guys all so much. Yeah, let's just rate the YouTube chat for FG. Do it, guys. Rate it. All right, guys. I'm going to post this as like a pinned comment in the video for anyone else that's watching like the VODs or whatever. But yeah, all right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream, guys. I appreciate you guys all joining in. So much fun. Holy cow, guys. Daredevil, can't wait. We are he's finally coming 2 months, guys. July 24th. Mark your calendars. And I'll see you guys over in the Fantasy Flight Games stream in a bit, guys. All right, guys. Peace out.